Mars Blackman in the house. What up? Big Ox, what it do?
It's not the same when you do it. It's not the same when you do it.
Well, see, the thing about it is I have to do it today because, well, as you can see, Chilltown's not here. Word on the streets is he's on a one-way flight to Boston. Shout out Chill, man. Going up there to be with his boys. You gotta do what you gotta do. Ox, you muted right now. Oh, okay. What's going on, Mars? How you living today?
I'm wonderful. NBA basketball was back, so it was nice. It was nice to watch.
That was a good 48 minutes for you?
Good 12 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Good 12 minutes.
12 minutes. It was a good 8 minutes.
It was a good game till Porzingis came in. It was good. It was a nice competitive game.
Secret Service swipe in the house. Check out the boy. Check him out. Swipe on his way to a presidential meeting. What's going on, fellas? How we feeling?
Hello.
All right, y'all. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. As you guys know, game 1 of this NBA Finals was yesterday. The Boston Celtics mopped up, cleaned up, and swept up the Dallas Mavericks 107-89 behind a major effort from Kristaps Porzingis off the bench.
Who you talking about, them soft ass Celtics? That's what you talking about, bro? Them soft ass Celtics, huh? Yeah. Remember this? You talking about them soft ass Celtics, huh? All right. Go ahead, brother. My bad for interrupting.
Ox, are we hearing excuses already, Ox? Is that what I'm hearing? Anybody? Where's Chill?
What kind of excuses, man? Celtics in this many. Where the brooms at?
It's a sweep?
But it's not even a fair fight. It's not even a fair fight.
Interesting.
It's not, bro. This really might be one of the most lopsided finals we've seen since KD and them whooped on the who was it? The Cavs. Was that 18 or 17? One of them.
Well, they did it both years, but we'll say 18 because it was a sweep. Yeah, 18 was.
Yeah, but you know, there was the one year where it was kind of sad. Like, damn.
Yeah.
They ain't had to do them like that.
Yeah,
Dallas and 6.
You say, wait.
I'm running a poll right now.
I said Boston are gonna win, but that's because I'm trying to jinx them.
So who you think is gonna win?
No, Mars.
The whole world knows Boston is gonna win this, but I'm hoping to do my part and jinx them, and they'll fold. So, yeah.
But Mars, did we not say that the Celtics are going to have advantages all over the place, and they're going to have four people that can take them off the dribble at any point in time in the game? And yesterday, they were absolutely hunting out their Luka and Kyrie like throughout the game, especially Luka in the first half and in the fourth quarter.
Oh yeah, I mean, game 1 went pretty much what was expected. Ron asked yesterday how they're going to deal with Gafford and Lively, and I eloquently said they put Jason Tatum on him, and lo and behold, Jason Tatum was on him. Like, I didn't know that took a genius to figure out, but hey, I mean, yeah. And I don't think they got a lob. I might be wrong, but I didn't see a lob unless they got one when the game was over.
They shut off their corner threes and their lobs yesterday.
Yeah, they did the things that I expected them to do. They put the big on the worst shooting wing, Derrick Jones Jr. They played drop with Porzingis. They switched everything else. They took away the lobs. They took away corner threes because they weren't overhelping because of their switching. So there was no Derek Lively short rolls because they weren't blitzing anyone. They took away all of Dallas's assists. They made the unable to create players on Dallas try and create things, which is why Luka only had 1 assist. They did all the things I expected them to do. Now it's what can Jason Kidd do to counter that, and that's where you get the chess match coming on.
But did we also not say that the same thing that the Mavericks did to the Thunder with SGA and make him a one-on-one mid-range scorer and make him try to beat you to the rim and then show hands when you need to do so? They did that all day yesterday and forced Luka into 26 shots. And I would say half his shot profile were tough, contested looks. The only easy looks he got are blow-bys on Jason Tatum, who for whatever reason decided he wanted the Olay and allow Luka to go to the rim. I mean, but again, I think Tatum had a good first half. We're talking about him in a minute. It's strange that Chill isn't here, but whatever. But I think JB's defense yesterday, Mars, was incredible. His help side rim protection, Ox, was incredible. His weak side off ball defense, his on ball defense, Ox, yo boy, JB ripped Luka twice.
That was crazy.
Bringing the ball up the court. Twice. So, like, and then he was rim protected like out the wazoo. That dunk that he had was insane. It set the tone for the whole first half. And then obviously KP coming off the bench. I'm telling you, man, like, I told y'all, I'm leaning 5 in this series. I think it's going to be 6. I think Luka and Kyrie are going to go off for a couple games. But if you watched that game yesterday, DJJ, PJ, and Gafford and Lively, they're not skilled enough to deal with all the skill and size that's on the other side of the court. And again, Luka has to guard Drew blew by him. Derek White blew by him. JT blew by him. JB blew by him. And so a lot of this is like he could hide versus the Wolves because you could put him on Conley or whoever. But I think in this instance, Dallas that's not even Luka's fault. Luka is not a good stay in front of you defender versus athlete. But if you can target him with multiple ball handlers, you can at least try to tire him out on the other end. And then now what they did versus the Wolves, where they're collapsing on Anthony Edwards, but there's no real shooter to kick out to. But now JT and them are like
I gotta interject for a quick second, Swipe, because I will say that's some of the best defense I ever seen Luka play yesterday.
When? Not in the first half. No, not in the first half. Third quarter.
Well, just throughout the game, because there was multiple possessions I could point to where I was actually impressed by him on his defensive
I think he had 3 stops in the third quarter.
Well, I'm not only just counting the stops. I'm counting even times when people scored or when he was playing offside or he was just moving, being involved, actually being engaged.
He got beat for 2 corner threes though. Like
but that's gonna happen though, Swiper. That's gonna happen. But I'm just saying,
he wasn't paying attention.
I'm talking about is his actual being engaged in the defense, actually playing man-to-man defense, being physical. I saw something different. I saw. I'm not saying he played great defense.
No, he was horrible. He was horrible yesterday.
For Luka Doncic's standards of what I saw yesterday. All right, well, this is what I saw yesterday. I saw Luka Doncic playing the best defense I've seen him play. It's not Hall of Fame level defense.
He's a worse than abysmal defender on multiple games. He had better defensive game over the course of this run. Ox, if you go to my Twitter right now, I don't think so. There are no Ox. You can think all you want. You can go to my Twitter right now. There are multiple blow-bys in the first half and in the fourth quarter.
I know it's open.
Defense yesterday. But I'm saying, like, he was horrible yesterday. He had
he was better than normal though. He was better than he normally is.
No, he wasn't. No, he was not. They got beat multiple times. Go again. That JT 3 at the top at the third quarter that helped them to overcome that run that Dallas went on. That was all because Luka got ran by for no reason. And then on top of that, when they threw the ball out to the corner, it did a swing back up to JT, and it was Luka's responsibility to go back up to the ball, and he was ball watching. So
definitely a lot of that happens. I'm agreeing with you. Like that happened, but that happens to Luka Doncic a lot. It happened less than normal yesterday. Okay, that's fine. That's
all I'm saying. I feel like he was better.
I don't know. I think there's some agenda right here, Swiper, but I'm not gonna get into that. I think you're directly trying to blame this loss on Luka Doncic, and we know why.
I didn't blame at all. I didn't blame.
We know why, Swiper.
What do you mean? That's so dumb. Nobody even brought that up. I told you going into the series that the Celtics have advantages through up and down the roster. It ain't got nothing to do with Luka. I said Luka gonna get his number. The problem is PJ, DJJ, Gafford, and Lively, and the rest of that roster, they do not have enough to consistently deal with the Celtics.
Swiper,
on the other
put your hands on the wheel, brother. Both hands on the wheel.
I'm not even driving, bro. I'm literally in the lane getting down the highway, bro. I'm safe. We are safe. We are alive and safe, bro. I'm trying to give you JB props today too.
10-2.
Swiper, we just want to make sure that
to give you JB props.
The chat saying you're on a Secret Service mission right now, so we want to make sure that you.
I really don't care. I really don't care what the chat say, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
One person in the chat said you look like Boss Baby.
That's cool, bro.
Nah,
I've
but
never
you
seen
sharp,
it.
nah, you sharp though right now. Swiper, where you get your suits from, bro?
My suits, man, all over, bro. All over, man.
I'm
Just
gonna
business attire.
send you a link, Swiper. You sharp today, bro. I see you. I see you, boy.
Like the link in the chat.
Link in the
Never
chat.
mind. Yo, Ticket, what's going on, my man?
What up, dog?
How you feeling today?
I'm good. I had a couple things I'd like to speak to. I thought that Swiper brought up some very great points this morning. Looking real dapper, brother. Looking real smooth. I ain't gonna front, dog. You on point today. You looking.
What's up, bro? I didn't even see you yesterday, bro. What's up, Ticket?
Hey, so let me say this though. I had a few points I want to get across. First of all, I agree with Swiper. That defense from Jaylen Brown was all world, all over the court. I mean, every aspect, bro. Jaylen Brown wants it right now. He wants to be the leader of the troops. He's proven it on the court with his play and his leadership. There's no question about it. He's the one that set the tone last night and got the party started. Porzingis, him shooting out of his mind in that first half. Now, Jay Kidd and them made the adjustment in the second half, but let me start with this. First of all, Kyrie Irving is 0-11 in his last 11 games against the Boston Celtics. That has to be stated. No guy of his plateau, no guy of his level should be 0-11 against one individual team. That is a shame within itself that he's lost 11 straight games against this one team. Can't win one game. That's sad. Then yesterday, I'm gonna say this. I'm not where Bob is at. I think this is going to be a great series, and the reason why I just think that the Celtics did what they did the last time they was in the finals in Game 1. They looked real good. Last night, I saw some things that the Dallas Mavericks didn't do last night that I thought that they could have did. First of all, when Kyrie got going early, they went away from that. Jay Kidd actually went to the bench on Kyrie. And then when he came back in, he wasn't the same. He hit 2 shots in a row. And then when Kyrie came back, he was all out of sorts, trying to get a mismatch off the pick and rolls with their bigs. But the bigs played great defense. Horford and Porzingis played good man-to-man defense, and both of them got blocked shots on Kyrie off of those. So I think Kyrie shouldn't try to hunt mismatches in those series. In this series right here, I think he should just play his guy one-on-one. I don't think he's trying to play in a pick and roll. Also, I think Luka and Kyrie's bad start got him in a hole. Remember, they cut this game down to an 8 or 7 point game with 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter. This was a 30-point game. Could have been a 40-point game. They cut that lead down. It was 8 points. And then what happens? The big fella turns the ball over. He gets the rebound, and he's out there dancing with the stars instead of Lively giving the ball up to Luka or the top Kyrie, which would have really put pressure on that game because they'd have probably came down and scored again because they were on a huge run. That turnover then led to 8 straight points by Boston, 16-point lead. Then they hit another 3 game over with. So that was another thing. Then Kyrie, listen, I'm gonna give Drew Holiday credit. I thought he played great defense last night. I thought Drew Holiday was picked. He played very good offensively. I thought the spots he played offensively was great. The way he attacked PJ was great last night. But I'm gonna say this: Kyrie Irving unforced errors and turnovers last night, dribbling off your foot. That wasn't because of the defense. He just looked shook out there. Then Kyrie Irving missing wide open threes. He missed 3 wide open threes I can count. And then Jay Kidd drew up a beautiful play out of the timeout for Luka. He comes out, misses a wide open 3. That's the best 3 you're going to get in the series. So the 2 main guys did not come out early. Porzingis came out.
Kyrie soft?
Second half. Hold on one second. Second half, Jay Kidd alleviated that problem with Porzingis. Porzingis only scored 2 points in the second half. He had 18 in the first half. So then let's talk about this. So they made the adjustment on him in the second half, and I thought they did play him better. He came back down to earth. I don't think he'll do that again in the first half, again, the rest of this series. Then let's talk about this. Also, I want to say this, bro. I thought the other guys tried to do too much too early in the game. I think that on the road, your star guys are supposed to be the ones that come out and lead y'all. I thought Luka was passive starting out the first quarter, and I thought Kyrie was passive starting out the first quarter. And I thought Kyrie was some of it was because Jay Kidd yanked him out early after he had made those 2 jump shots and then put him back in, and it wasn't the same. But with Luka, he really wasn't like into the game. I seen him kind of limping, making excuses like with his limping and stuff until he really got going. Listen, I think that the Boston Celtics are a team that play in spurts. I think that the Boston Celtics are a team that hit you with waves and tsunamis. And here's the thing. Can you last those tsunamis they hit you with? They hit you with waves where they start hitting threes from everywhere. Or last night, Porzingis hit like 8 straight shots in a row. And Jay Kidd waited to the second half to do something about it. And then let me say this last thing before I let it go, Bob. I don't like how the young fellas playing defense on Porzingis. I'm talking about the big guy, Lively. Bro, you're first of all, you're hugging him on the top of the key. Porzingis, all he got to do is have is 1-2 dribbles to get by you like he did in dunk on you. So you're playing him too close. Bro, get off of him like that. The ref's going to call those crazy fouls. I'm not saying give him all the airspace in the world, but take a half a step back, bro, and just play fundamental defense. And if he shoots it, contest. Other than that, man, I saw some things that let me see last night that the Mavs, if they come out with a better start, they won't score 80-some points this series. They'll play a better game next game, and I think that they'll have a chance to win next game. And it'll be harder for Boston to win in Dallas. As far as
what do you think the more physical team would just win?
That rose his head last night, what I saw with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I saw a little bit of jealousy from Jason Tatum because of how well Jaylen Brown was playing. And look how the team responded. And it's Jason Tatum's fault. This was even a game past halftime. Because Jason Tatum started Jason Tatum should have went to Brown, and they should have just ran the offense. He started jacking up those threes at the end of the first half. And that could have been a 40-point game, Bob. That was tipping on a 40-point game. And they cut it down to 21. And they let Luka hit a couple shots and get going at the end of that second quarter. That's why Luka came on fire in the third quarter. Remember, in the third quarter, they cut it down to 8 with 6 minutes left. And then Lively gets a turnover off the rebound. He does the Dancing with the Stars, and they go on an 8-0 run, 16-point lead, and they come right back down again. Another 19-point lead, game over.
I like how you brought up a minute ago, KP and Al Horford, because I tried to tell you, like, Al Horford can switch on to anybody. KP can switch on to anybody. They're not gonna be able to pick on Al Horford the way that
Al Horford played good defense.
The way that some people assume they were gonna be able to pick on Al Horford. You just can't do that. I don't care if he's 38 or whatever. He moves his feet and he can test shots. He knows how to play defense. He knows how to beat quicker guys to the spot. You can't just pick on Al Horford. They'll catch him a couple times as the series goes on. Like they're gonna score on him for sure. But it's fine to let Al Horford switch on anybody on the court.
Yeah, I just thought that Kyrie fell into that trap too, like trying to shoot jump shots over Porzingis, over Al Horford. Not going to work.
That's a hard shot.
You're going to have to go in your bag with that trickery. Remember that move he put on Al Horford and got to the bucket and scored? You have to go into your bag against guys like Al Horford. You ain't going to just depend on you coming off and trying to shoot that Jay in his face or Porzingis' face. They all over that, and they're going to block that, and they're going to affect that. Kyrie Irving's going to have to go deep in his bag, start scoring at the basket, to then cause the help to come to where Lively can get those dunks, to where those guys can get alley-oops. Boston's not biting because they're not scoring at the basket right now in game one. See, if Kyrie and them start getting points at the basket, then those big men got to come over. Right now, they're playing the alley-oop like Mars said. They're taking away those lobs. But if Kyrie and Luka really put pressure at the basket and make those guys come over to help, now you're open for the wrap underpass. Now you're open for the alley-oops. But the way they played last night, I did not like the game plan. I didn't like how they came out, especially Kyrie Irving, man. I just thought for a guy with that much championship experience, as far as being in the NBA Finals, bro, he looked scared last night. I ain't even gonna front that.
But Ticket, do you think there's anything Ticket to the fact that he wasn't really good versus the Thunder either? Had a really good series versus the Wolves. It is just Kyrie, like it's just his inconsistency as a jump shooter. Do you think that, like, not over the course of a regular season per se, but do you think there's anything to, like, he's just been inconsistent as a shooter so far this playoffs, like from round to round?
Okay, you talking about the playoffs. Okay, I was gonna say for his career, he's almost like at 40 from the three for his career?
No, I'm just talking about this year.
Yeah. Okay, so this playoffs, yeah, he's been up like, bro. Like, I don't know what's going on with Kyrie right now, bro. Like, he missed wide open threes last night that had me befuddled. Like, I was like, oh, you missing? And he's the main reason why they lost last night. Because he didn't support Luka. Again, I told you guys on the other show, I don't care about the role players on the road in game one and game two. I care about Luka and Kyrie. Luka did his part to the extent where if Kyrie even showed up, this is a game. But Kyrie, every single time they needed to get over that hump, Kyrie missed a wide open three, missed a big shot, missed a jump, turned the ball over, did something crazy. It's just like he just looked like he was scared last night. And I thought Drew Holiday played great defense, but I think that a lot of that was just on Kyrie. He looked like he was just scared of the moment, bro. And I never could picture that in my mind, but again,
Ticket, I don't think that's the case. I think that's far from the case.
I saw it last night, bro. He dribbled the ball.
I could never see Kyrie being scared.
No,
hey, Ticket, here's the thing, though. Ticket, you know this. Swiper, as a football player, you know this. Ox, you done been in big games. Mars, you done been in big games too. It's just some nights you don't have it. Kyrie just didn't have it last night. It's something.
Kyrie talking about he thought the arena would be louder after the game, bro. Like,
Yeah, Ron, I don't get that an excuse. He looked shook last night. I don't want to give him
it's not an excuse. He didn't perform.
No, but that sounds like
100%. He didn't perform.
What you just said about
I don't think he was scared though. He just missed shots, bro.
The reason why I'm saying he was scared, Ron, the man was dribbling the ball off his foot, and there was no defense affecting him. When we seen Kyrie doing that,
so did Luka look scared when he was getting ripped?
No, I'm saying,
or did he just get ripped?
But let me say why I say that. He looked like he couldn't process information and was making all the wrong decisions in that pick and roll. For example, early when he was getting Porzingis or he was getting Al Horford in the pick and roll, he was making the wrong decisions 90% of the time. Bro, he was not utilizing his speed and quickness against those two big guys. He's just trying to get to a spot and act like he's going to shoot over them. Kyrie, you're not 6'8", you're not 6'9", you're not T-Mac. You're not finna get that off against those guys because, like Bob said, Al Horford, those guys still move their feet well and they still can jump and contest. And when they're jumping and contesting, they're jumping to block your shot. And that's what happened last night. Kyrie, he got to go into his bag in this series, bro. He got to do what he did on that one possession against Al Horford and make Al Horford think. You got to really get into your bag and really draw those guys. So that's how you get Gafford. That's how you get Lively and those guys open for those dunks. They're not going to be open if you're not really putting pressure on them like that. Kyrie didn't do that last night. When have we known Kyrie to really not put pressure on these when he wants to, Ron? He looked shook last night. I ain't even gonna lie, bro.
He for sure looked off. I don't know. I find it hard to believe Kyrie was scared. That's my only thing. But he for sure had a bad game. But
the thing, Ron.
What's up? You lagging right now, Swiper. But I'm saying, like, we seen a couple years ago against the Celtics when Steph went 0 for 9. Mars just brought that up yesterday. I don't think Steph was scared.
Well, Ron,
he went crazy in the series. He just had a bad game.
I'm just telling you what I saw last night. I thought that realistically, Jaylen Brown would look like the best player in the series so far. He set the tone on both ends, elite level. And then Porzingis got hot as a firecracker in that first half. That was the difference in the first half. Was JB's all-around play and Porzingis catching fire. Because remember, Porzingis, what did he do in the second half, Mars? He went 1 for what in the second half? Like 1 for 6, 1 for 7, 1 for 8?
I know he only scored 2 points.
Yeah, but he went 1 for like 8 in the second half. So he didn't do anything in the second half of that game last night.
1 for 4.
Yeah, or 1 for 4. He didn't do anything. So they cut that water off in the second half. But my whole thing is that the blame has to be on Kyrie and Luka, how they started, especially Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, when Luka was getting the game back into, like, we saw the lead going down. We saw the Celtics doing what they do. But Kyrie didn't give the support. He didn't hit the shots he needed to hit along the way, which would have made the game a 2-point game. Now, nuts get tight. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's starting to act crazy now. You know what I'm saying? Hands start to get sweaty. Palms start to get sweaty. You don't know what you're going to do. So, again, Ron, I think Kyrie folded under the pressure. Now, I give Drew Holiday his credit because I think Drew Holiday played a great all-around game. And I'm talking about he had big possessions where he just took advantage of P.J. Washington and just went right at him in the post. He made P.J. Washington like a boy down there. He just went right at him. And I like how he played last night. He didn't force no threes. He didn't force no shots. He played with a purpose and a rhythm. I think the dude that's going to hurt, and I told you guys, I think the one that's going to hurt this series is Tatum. I think that last night, if you watch Tatum in the post game, he don't look like he's happy. He will say the right things, but he want to be the man, bro. He can't stand that Jaylen Brown is doing this right now, bro. And I'm telling you, he's going to cause him because he's going to get in the jack of our records in game 2. He's going to try to go for 35 or 40, and that's when they're going to lose.
Ticket, here's my thing, and this what I be trying to say to Chill too. No, Swiper, you wasn't on screen. Say that again.
No, I'm saying, like, I don't even think it's that. Ticket, like, he was good, like, in his role yesterday, like doing what he was supposed to do. But Ticket, he don't make hit. The thing with JT, he makes terrible decisions with the ball. Terrible. Like, he overthrew like 5 passes yesterday for no reason. None. If he just used his skill, like get downhill, get to the rim, he would be so much more effective. But he wants to settle for pull-up jumpers. And then on the other end, he has open opportunities to be a playmaker this whole series because nobody can stay in front of him. But all he does is settle. And then on the other end, he has all the tools to be an elite defender. He's letting Luka walk by him. Tatum just don't got this up here. up here is where he's not locked in like you expect him to be. That's the most frustrating thing about Tatum.
Yeah, and I don't want nobody to make it seem like Jason Tatum didn't get the opportunities, or like everybody else was balling and he just took a back seat, because that wasn't the case. Tatum shot the most shots at everybody. He shot 16 shots. Jaylen Brown only shot 12.
Points.
Porzingis only shot 13. Derek White shot
Tatum,
11. Drew Holiday shot 9.
Brown shot 58% from the field. He only shot 12. That's jealousy, Ron. Ron, listen. I know because I played, and Bob knows this too. Jason Tatum, at the end of that first half, when you're playing on teams sometimes and you get up a lot of points, Bob noticed guys start playing for stats. Tatum wanted to get his numbers up. So what he started doing was jacking up bad threes, making bad possessions at the end of the first half. That's the reason why the game went from being 30-something to 21. Because his mistakes down the stretch and trying to stack stat pad caused Luka Doncic to get going and the Mavs to get back in the game. And then by the third quarter, the snowball effect just kept going. The problem was Kyrie didn't come along. So I just think everybody got to just watch that aspect. And we saw this before. They went up, they won like this in game 1 against the Warriors, and then they got hit with a tsunami by Wardell, Stephen Curry after that. And I just think that now, looking at this series right now, where everybody's looking at Jaylen Brown, like, man, this dude is the man right now. I just think in game 2, he's going to try to change that, because I think that means a lot to Jason Tatum, that he is the main guy on this team. And I don't think that they can win a championship like that. I think that the way Jaylen Brown played last night is the key for that team. That's what I think.
All right, y'all. I got some super chats. We're going to dive into these. And then I got some questions for you guys regarding the rest of this series, but more so in particular, game 2. Let's go ahead and do the damn thing, though. We got a couple members, so let me go ahead and shout them out. The first member that I do want to shout out is Pops for real? No, that's Yap Ops FR. Shout out to Yap Ops FR. Became a member today. Appreciate you for joining. You the man for that. Also, I want to shout out our Hall of Famer, Kendall Daniels. He was supposed to come up here today. Never got back to me. But Kendall, if you're watching, we're trying to get you up here. So hit me in the group chat. If you're not in the group chat, it's this Telegram group chat right now. I'm in it. Ox is in it. Swipe is in it. Mars, Dub, everybody. Come join it. Get a 2-week free trial period, and have a good old time with us. Also got a members chat from Exo Screens. He says Swiper on his way to jury duty. Is that true?
Man, Swiper look like one of the men in black.
I got a job, y'all. I mean, I don't know if to tell you, I got a career, I got responsibility.
Hey, you might be Secret Service. You Secret Service, though? You look like you Secret Service.
For sure, Secret Service.
No, I'm not.
Hey, you know what, Swiper? I'm gonna stop talking shit to you. You look like you got connections. I'm cool, bro. Hey, anything I said, it was just.
But no, but look, I got connections. I got connections to help y'all. Ticket got connections to end you. I got connections to help you. That's the difference between us, Ticket. That's the difference between us.
All right. Another super chat from Bob Wick. He said, "Good morning. Expect to see me up here once in a while. I don't know how I felt about Tatum's performance last night, but overall, the team played great. By the grace of God, they can keep this up."
They can't, because Porzingis not going to play like that in the first half again. He ain't hitting 8. How many straight shots he hit, Mars? 8 in the first half?
Felt like 200.
He hit 8 or 9 in the first straight run. Straight, I'm talking about barbecue run. No movement. Straight, hold this J right here. He ain't doing that no more. Not the rest of this series. He might get like 10, 11 in the first half. He ain't going for 18 shooting the way he shot. Them shots was demoralizing last night. And the sad part is, after he made like 4, J Kidd didn't adjust in the first half. He had to wait till halftime to make an adjustment. Bro, come on, man. You gotta jump on quicker than that, J Kidd, man.
Mars, I gotta ask, like, what was your feeling as Porzingis was doing this? Were you surprised? Were you shocked? Were you like, this is just Porzingis? What was your reaction to that?
Surprised that he looked as comfortable just coming off as long as he's been off. Offensively and defensively, just surprised he looked so good, so comfortable. But in terms of how he played, that's who Porzingis has been all season in terms of punishing mismatch. Not that efficient. He's not going to be that efficient every game. because shot variance. But those shots, the way they're using him to hunt mismatches, to deter switching, especially with the smalls, that's what Porzingis has been the whole year. That's why Boston's offense has been borderline.
Hey Mars, I want to say something, Ron.
Wait, Mars, did you see his defense, bro?
Oh, ridiculous!
Oh my god!
Yeah, ridiculous.
Oh my god!
Ridiculous.
Hey Ron, somebody said something in the comment section about why are we surprised that Kyrie played like this last night? I'm gonna tell you why we're surprised. Because in 13 games prior to last night in Kyrie Irving's NBA Finals career, he averaged 27-something points a game, bro, and was absolutely balling. And even including last night, Kyrie Irving in the NBA Finals now is averaging 26.6, 4.1, and 4.1 assists in 14 games in the NBA Finals in his career. So, yes, that is why we're surprised, Jabroni, because he normally shows up and shows out. Now, know your role and shut your damn mouth.
But so Mars,
yes.
How do you think the rest of the series looks for Porzingis? Does he continue? I'm not saying like does he score that much, but does he continue to affect the game at this level?
Well, at that level, I don't know, because I think the reason the game was a blowout is in large part because of him. So I don't think it's going to be at that level. Defensively, I'm interested to see what they do about him being on Derrick Jones Jr. I'm assuming it's got something to do with staggered screens in some capacity, but we'll see. Offensively, I think just him being able to deter the small switches, giving advantages for other people on drives, will be enough for him to have still a very strong impact. He's one of the biggest mismatch problems they have, and that's why they're borderline unbeatable. So yeah, I think Porzingis is going to be very influential in this series. Now, is he going to have a game where he shoots poorly? Probably. Like, his shot diet is largely consistent with jumpers. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe next game he's 3 for 11, but I still think his impact is going to be strong. So yeah, I think this is just a good Porzingis series. Unless his defense falls off because of whatever the Mavs decide to do, which is possible. But for now, I'm comfortable saying I think Porzingis have a good series.
You guys have heard me talk crazy about Boston, and particularly in these playoffs. I do want to say, I stand on everything I said. But this team with Porzingis is completely different. Hey,
disagree, Ron.
Hey, with his big ass out there doing everything, stretching the floor out to the logo, rim protecting, running the floor, a mismatch in the post, just doing everything that he does and just being a problem.
He didn't go to the post last night. And listen, Ron, here's why I disagree. Before last night, he wasn't playing
you disagree about what?
He wasn't
that they're a different team with him?
No, I'm saying before last night, he wasn't playing well in the playoffs before he got hurt. He wasn't. He was beyond mediocre in the playoffs. Last night was an anomaly based off what he's been doing in the playoffs before he got hurt. Go look at his numbers before he got hurt, Ron. His numbers were horrific. Last night was a breakout game for him. You understand what I'm saying? To the dude who says Ticket hate European players, I like Luka Doncic. So I hate European players. Adam West, brush your teeth, brother. You know what I'm saying? Go get you a Listerine on the rocks. Now, back to you, Ron. What I'm saying to you is this, bro. So, again, when we look at a situation like that, you think Porzingis is going to do that offensively again? Defensively, I think, yeah, he can rim protect, but I don't think he's going to do that offensively no more. Ain't no way in hell I think he's going to do that offensively.
I mean, like, you act like what he did offensively was some crazy anomaly. Like, it might not be that.
It was.
But it's not, because Kristaps Porzingis put the ball in the bucket. That's what he do. He puts the ball in the bucket.
Well, why would he doing that outside of any other games in this playoffs?
Kristaps, he was hurt. What are you talking about? He played.
No, I said before he got hurt. Hold on. Before he got hurt, he was shooting like what, 39%?
So, what you're saying is you've never seen Kristaps Porzingis score 20 points?
No, I'm saying I never seen him do what he did in the first half of the playoff in the finals last night. I never seen him do that.
That was a quick burst of points. It was a quick run. I see what you're saying, but he can still. Kristaps Porzingis can be that productive every game of this.
No, I don't, Bob. I'm not saying he can't. I'm saying he hasn't. I'm literally saying before he got hurt, look at what he was doing. He wasn't doing anything. He was playing horrible. Tell Mars to pull up the numbers. The numbers back up what I'm saying. Last night was a breakout anomaly game for him. You will never see Kristaps Porzingis make those type of shots he was making last night again. Bro, Bob, this fool was in an all-world zone coming in that game last night. That he's not doing that no more this series. Not like that.
What are you saying? Are you saying specifically in that quick span of time,
like
make that kind of run?
Big Ox. That's what killed the game. But Ox, Jaylen Brown defense and his play, you can deal with that because Luka, and he's going to match that a little bit. But with Porzingis did in that stretch, that killed the game. The man had 18 points in the first half. Couldn't miss.
That's crazy, but I understand that. But Kristaps Porzingis scored 18 points in that quick amount of time. If he still had the same amount of points throughout, the spread out a little more, the points.
No, I'm saying, but if it's
listen,
if it's spread, he might get 20 again, Bob. But the way he scored it last night was demoralizing because they ended the game in the first half. That ended the game. That made the game.
Who's going to stop? Who's going to stop Kristaps from shooting that little mid-range pull-up right there?
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. Listen, I'm not saying you're wrong about maybe he'll score 20 again. Right? I'm not saying that.
But just that run, 18 in the first.
What I'm saying to you is how he gets it. Listen, when you're like for example, when Luka played, what last game was that against the T-Wolves, Mars? That was game 6 against the T-Wolves.
For who?
The last game they played against the T-Wolves, Luka and them.
Game 5.
Right. So that was game 5. Okay, so what did Luka do, Mars? He came out cooking, didn't he? And that completely demoralized, and that ended the game. So all I'm saying to you is this. That's what Porzingis and them did last night. I don't see Porzingis doing that in the first half again. What Luka did in the first half against the T-Wolves, it ended the game. That was game over. Once he came out cooking like that. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that Porzingis can't score 20, but I'm saying the way he scores it ain't going to be a tsunami that hits you when the game is over. They got hit with a tsunami last night in the first half, Bob, and it was insurmountable.
But Ticket, you do gotta admit though, this team is different with Porzingis. Regardless if he's making all of those shots.
Listen, Ron, they're not different with him, bro. I watch the same shit. Listen,
how are they not different without Porzingis? He's 7'3", plays defense. He can stretch the defense. He shoots, blocks, protects the rim. How is a whole team not different with having him in the game?
Hey, it's easy to say this too because he went on that 18-point run. But if Porzingis isn't there last night, the game looks completely different.
Ron,
I'm saying you're just telling us, but you're not telling me no real reason. Like
I just told you how. Hold on, I just told you how.
You said he'll never do that again. He don't have to.
Right. That's the first thing.
But no, that's not because that's a bad example because he doesn't have to do that again to win games.
No,
he doesn't have to score 18 in the first half.
No, I'm saying the way he played was the major difference in the first half being what it was. I'm saying the way he played. So then, because remember, the Mavs won the third and the fourth quarter last night. So, but all I'm saying to you is this: without that first quarter and a half, with the way he played in that stretch, the game isn't like that. That game got ended like that. The Mavs won the third quarter and the fourth quarter last night in that game. So they won the second half. They just got off to a bad start, and they let him. And then in the second half, they cut that water off for Porzingis. So that's all I'm saying to you. All I'm saying is I don't expect him to do that. Now, again, I expect Tatum to play better, but watch this. How many times we seen Tatum and Jaylen Brown be on an elite level playing at the same game at the same time? It don't, because when Tatum plays well, that affects how Jaylen Brown plays. That's why I agree with you, Ox, that Jaylen Brown should be the man, not Tatum, because Jaylen Brown, in my opinion, plays a more winning brand of basketball. But Tatum wants to be the man, and that's where it's going to get you. I promise y'all this.
Yeah, we got to see.
Mars, do you think Jaylen Brown should be the man?
I think Boston should win. However it happens is however it happens. So I don't care.
Six people scored double figures, man. Like I'm not thinking they really tripping over there in Boston. Like, oh well, you're the man. You're the man. We trying to win basketball games. You got to open shot, shoot it. You got to mismatch, take them off the dribble. They got so many good players over there. They don't got time. I'm not seeing that from them. Like if it's happening in the locker room, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know what's going on in that locker room, nor would I give a shit about what's going on in that locker room.
No, I'm saying
what's happening on the hardwood is that they are kicking ass because they're sharing the ball. Everybody's getting their shots. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm seeing. Now, if there's jealousy, once again, I wouldn't know.
But Tatum taking bad shots. That's the reason why they got back in. That's the only reason why they. Hold on. But Ox, is this factually true or false? The only reason why
when does he not take bad shots? He takes a lot of contested shots, a lot of step back threes. The
only reason why that wasn't a 35 or 40-point game at the half was because Tatum started making bad plays. He turned the ball over down the stretch in the second quarter.
He was trying to get
all those bad threes. He was 3 of 8. Hold on. He jacked up all those bad threes down the stretch, and Luka got cooking, and that's what took it from a 30-plus lead to 21. Then you come in the third quarter. What does Jason Tatum do? He starts doing the same stuff, jacking up bad shots. What happens? Luka really gets cooking. They cut it to 8 points with 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter. So, and then they end up winning the third quarter, winning the fourth quarter. The problem is that first quarter where Jaylen Brown and Porzingis imposed their will on the game, and it was a tsunami. It wasn't about Jason Tatum last night. Jason Tatum was throwing the ball into the 15th row, getting plucked, doing all kind of crazy. He was playing erratic, bro. They got to play through. To me, Jaylen Brown is the guy who has to be the ending and the beginning on defense and offense for that team. If he does that, they win. If Jason Tatum tries to win the game itis and do all this, they're going to lose. I promise y'all that.
I don't think it's anything wrong with a little healthy competition too. You know what I'm saying? Two guys trying to be top dog. As long as it's not malicious and hatred and jealousy filled, I think brothers could compete.
You've been in locker rooms before, bro. It's jealous, bro. How you feel when Ron don't pass you the ball in the post? When Ron out there jacking up bad shots and he don't pass you the ball in the post, what you be thinking like, man, this nigga out there trying to get his bucket?
First of all, it depends on who won the basketball game. You know what I'm saying? Who won the basketball game? Second of all, I would like to have the ball, but if you're making it, shoot the ball, bro. I don't know. I'm not in the NBA. I'm not in the NBA. But hold on, Ticket. I'm not in the NBA. Nor have I ever been in the NBA. Nor have I ever been close. Hold on. Because I'm not in the NBA. I've never been in the NBA, and I've never been close to being in the NBA.
I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you about basketball.
All right. But what I'm saying is, I don't know what these dudes are going through and how they feel. What I see is this team is better than that team, regardless if Jason Tatum is taking bad shots.
When you played with Ron, did you ever feel like Ron was stat padding?
Bro, that's irrelevant, bro. I'm not. That's.
Did you ever feel like Ron was trying to get his points when you played with Ron?
That's irrelevant. I'm not Jason Tatum.
But you don't want to answer that question.
Because it's a crazy question. Who cares, bro? Who cares? Well, look, my thing is I can't answer the question because I don't know how these dudes think. I'm a team type player. I want to win basketball games. If you want to shoot, I'll go take the ball from him the majority of the time he gets it. So I can play defense. I don't care. I'm gonna get fast breaks. I'm gonna take the ball from you. I'm gonna go score. You can do what you want to do. I want to win. So I can't answer these questions. I don't know what these dudes is going through. These dudes is damn near multi-billionaires out here playing a game that they don't got to play no more. You know what I'm saying? I can't relate to what Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are going through. You know what I'm saying? All I can say is I don't see what you see, and who cares even if it is a little bit of jealousy. You know what I'm saying? They win the basketball games. That's what really matters.
I got the Mavs in game 2.
Ticket.
Y'all can say narrative all y'all want. You just
the reason why it's hard for Ticket. The reason why it's hard for Ox to relate to Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown is because with me and him on the court, it's like Iverson and Dikembe. No knock to you, Ox, because Dikembe was a hell of a player. But it's cool. Like he giving me the ball to shoot, Tickets, like that's the dynamic.
Hey, Dikembe was cold, though. I fuck with Dikembe. That's what's up.
Hey, Ron, he your pick set of Ron. You got ball setting you free.
Hey, that's a good role. Hey, Ron, man, that's a good role.
But I'll set screens, but I ain't tripping.
Yo, a regular sent through a super chat. He said, swipe up box score watching against OKC series. His defense and playmaking was amazing. He didn't shoot bad against OKC. Laughing emoji. And Kyrie was the best player against the Clippers and Wolves. He played great. What inconsistency? Has Kyrie been inconsistent?
I think he's having a good playoffs. I think last night was crazy, but I think he's been playing good.
He had a few bad games. He's been inconsistent.
Yeah. How many games have they played? They went to 6, 6, and 5, or what was it? 6, 6, and 7?
6, 6, 5. So that's 12, 7. They played 18.
18 games. I think of those 18 games, Kyrie's probably played 14 really good ones.
But I think Mars, let me ask y'all a question. What's going on with Tim Hardaway Jr.? What's going on with him? Is he hurt?
No, he's just not good.
Why is he not in? He's not what?
He's just not good.
No, that's crazy. Like, it was a point where he was coming in, putting up 20 hitting shots for them. Like, is he completely out of the rotation right now? Yep. That's crazy by J. Kidd, bro. Like, that's a stupid move. To me, Tim Hardaway Jr. is the third guy I want in this series that's really able to hit shots for me. I've watched Tim Hardaway Jr. over the years be able to hit shots. He can actually help them in these type of situations where he can actually spread the floor and hit shots. To say he's not good, if you go look up Tim Hardaway Jr. and the numbers that he's put up with his team as a fourth guy over the years, I don't understand it. I don't understand it because Tim Hardaway Jr. again, he's a guy who, last year was averaging, his career regular season is 14 a game. So how in the world is he not good now? He's 14 a game, 36 from the three for his career regular season. Now all of a sudden he's not good at all. The regular season this year, he's 14 and a half points a game in 79 games. All of a sudden he's out of the lineup, out of the rotation. That makes no sense to me. I don't like when J. Kidd does stuff like that. And he do little stuff like that sometimes. I think J. Kidd got to humble himself, man. And you got to play a guy like Tim Hardaway Jr., man. I like Tim Hardaway Jr. And I like what he brings to the game. To the dude who said that's a dumb statement, I don't watch the games. I do watch the games. And I watched Tim Hardaway Jr., and I think Tim Hardaway Jr. is better than a lot of the shit that J. Kidd is putting out on the court right now.
Like who, for instance, Ticket? Who should he be playing over?
Like that sloppy-ass light-skinned dude that came in the game looking crazy as hell last night. Didn't know what the hell he wanted to do. I don't know what the hell his name was with the short haircut.
Josh Green.
He got the low cut. I don't know what his name is. Guard, wing, whatever his name is. Oh, Exum, Dante Exum. He better than him.
Okay.
He better than him.
He for sure better than Dante Exum.
So, yeah, man, like I said before, man, he better than him. So, again, and Tim Hardaway Jr. can spread the floor and hit shots. And Tim Hardaway Jr. have shown you in moments that he can hit big shots. Again, he averaged 14 and a half points a game this year, Ron, in only 26 minutes. Now he can't get off the bench. Now we can't use him at all. I'm just saying, bro.
Well, he played a little bit in the first half, I think. Or was it the second half, the third quarter?
I know he played 8 minutes.
I think he was in a bit in either the third quarter or the second quarter. I can't remember, but I saw him a little bit. And I don't even think Dante Exum played until it was a blowout. But I might be misremembering.
I just think you got to get more offense on the board. I agree with Mars when I think he said that Lively and Gafford is not going to be as offensively potent this series. So you need to get it from the other wings. You need other guys who can put the ball in the basket. Tim Hardaway is one of those guys, in my opinion. I trust him over Dante Exum to put the ball in the basket. I trust him over P.J. Washington to put the ball in the basket. I trust him over Jones Jr. to put the ball in the basket. Now, I like Jones Jr. as a defender. And yes, Tim Hardaway Jr., he's injury prone. But still, bro, I like Tim Hardaway Jr. out there playing at least 20 minutes a game in these finals, bro. I think you need his offense, man. And I'm standing on that, bro.
All right, diving back into these super chats. Leaf Diggy got a super chat for everybody. He said, I'm not impressed. Dallas could easily win the next 4 games by a combined 9 points. Celtics defense ain't the same without Porzingis. Boston proved what I knew all along. Committee-based team with security blankets for JT and JB.
Hater. He's a
Wait, so Boston proved what you knew all along. They're a great team.
He's a hater. And why are you talking about what they're doing without KP? KP is present. When they take roll, KP says here, he's on the team. Leaf is one of the biggest supplicators I know, man.
To the brother Envy, you said, thank God this guy's in the coach will give you about 50. Bro, you got a football picture up, man. Sit down and shut the hell up, bro. We'll talk football, bro. What the hell is wrong with you, man? If I was coaching, I know one damn thing. I'd have stopped Porzingis from doing that shit he was doing last night in the first half. I'd have sent him. I would send somebody else hit his ass. He wouldn't just sit there and hit the goddamn on 9 straight shots when we were from the same place in the first after the second shot. We're gonna change something up. What they did in the second half.
That's fair.
Dorian Clayton, our other Hall of Fame member, shout out to him. He sent through a super chat and he said, great game from the Celtics, except for JT. He took a lot of bad shots and didn't play defense like I thought he would. Like I thought he would is Heat. JB played great, and KP had a surprising first game back. I expected him to play well, but not that good.
Yeah, shout out to Porzingis.
That shows me like the way KP came in and just instantly got straight into attack mode, the way he was playing. It shows me that KP been good. I think he could have played against the Pacers for sure. He wasn't looking like a guy that wasn't sure what he could do. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking that he probably could have came back during that Pacers series and that was just like, chill out. would be okay.
Yo, that's how I was feeling before it though. That's why, like, when I asked about KP and I was shocked that all of you guys were like, "Well, I don't know this, and that." You know, guys play injured all the time. Like they play in the NBA. These dudes have injuries every single game. It's dudes in the finals right now that are injured in some way, shape, or form.
Ron,
and
this is
and
why I
we
don't
just
trust
don't know.
Porzingis. He's a career playoff dropper. For his career in the playoffs, he only averages 15.5 points per game. So his numbers from the regular season drop almost 6 to 7 points to the postseason. He's a playoff dropper factually. So that's why I told Bob, what you saw last night, that you won't see that shit no more.
15 points, 15 and a half points from Kristaps Porzingis is enough.
That's not enough when you're averaging 20 for your career in the regular season.
What he's averaging in his career is irrelevant to what they need to win basketball games.
I'm not just talking about this year. I'm saying he's a career playoff dropper.
Yeah, but if he drops to 15, that's enough to win basketball games on this Boston Celtics team.
But last night was the best game we've ever seen him play, probably in the playoffs. And you won't never see that again. That game last night, the first half, what he did, that was the best game we've probably ever seen Porzingis play in the playoffs. You will never see that, and the Rock means ever see that again. Point blank, period.
Rock means ever.
So
anyways, like I said, if he only scores 15 points this in game 2, that will be enough for them to win as long as everybody else is playing good basketball. 15 points clearly isn't going to carry, but if everybody else does their job and KP comes with 15, they'll win.
I can't wait for the Porzingis Finals MVP.
Hey, yo, this whole chat room, y'all know I got 2 words for you.
I'm just saying you have like 15.5 from a guy that's sometimes the second, third, fourth option. Not bad. I'm not mad at that. Everybody, look, six players scored above 12 points last night for the Celtics. You know what I'm saying?
Dallas, he averaged 13.1 points per game as the second option. You not mad about that in the playoffs?
I don't care about that. This is a different team. Why are you bringing up old shit? That was 4 years ago.
You're saying as a second and third option. I'm saying as a second option in Dallas. That last year he played in Dallas.
Okay, in Dallas, if Luka Doncic, if it would have been him, Luka, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and Al Horford, I would have been A-okay with Kristaps Porzingis scoring whatever numbers you just shouted out. I'm fine with that. What up, Dub?
Yo, what's up, man? I'm coming in late, so I don't know what y'all talking about.
You know what we're talking about. You know good and goddamn well what we talking about, Dub. Don't come here trying to play Mr. Nice goddamn after you done came in here for the past 3 days trying to turn some shit up and then got spanked last night and want to be nice. Take them goddamn glasses off trying to be all sophisticated and shit. Come on, bring the ruckus, Dub. Bring the ruckus, Dub.
I gotta be sophisticated, man. I'm in corporate now, so
hey, take them shit locks out your head.
You know? Nah, but yesterday was, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I mean, bro, when KP's shooting like that, I mean, what the hell are you gonna do? And then you got Jaylen Brown dunking everybody. Is like what the fuck? Like KP was testing. I knew they was gonna lose as soon as I seen Sam Hauser hit 2 fadeaway threes. I'm like, bro, there's no way. I said, there's no way they're losing today. I was like, there's no way. So when they went on that run, and then Luka, bro, like, honestly, when they're going on a run like that, stop fucking taking them dumbass threes. Like, it just gets me so mad when he does that nonsense. Like, bro, no, because he and then he's missing, like, in the first half, he's missing, like, easy looks at the, like, the floater range and everything. And I'm just like, bro, like, this is a bad game. Like, Luka was bad that game. I'm not going to hold you. He was part of the reason why they were down so much. And even Kyrie to an extent, because when they were down 8, he wasn't playing right, and then Lively having 5 fouls and out of rhythm. That was a bad game, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Dallas got killed. That was terrible. You can't. But KP, what are you talking about KP when he was on Dallas for?
I don't know.
I'm just telling him. I'm telling Bob he's never gonna have a game like he had in the first half again, ever again.
I swear he's not.
He doesn't have to, though.
That's not happening, Doug. That is not happening ever again.
This man was pulling up from Curry range with a.
He doesn't have to.
Like,
and KP shoots like that though. But he doesn't have to have 18 points in the first half for them to win basketball games. And that's all I was trying to say, Doug. I don't care whether he does it again or not. That means absolutely nothing to me. What he did in Dallas means nothingness. I don't care about any of that. I'm saying if he's a career playoff dropper and his career playoff drops to 16-6, that's enough for Boston to win. So That's fine.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you with that. It's more about like if he's good enough to be respected from everyone, which he is, right? But I also agree with Ticket, like the shit he was doing, bro. Like that's what lost in the game right there. They were down by 30. Like that was crazy. Like he went on a run that, bro, I did not expect from him at all. That was crazy.
I wasn't surprised by that from Kristaps. Kristaps that averaged 20 in the league for 6 seasons.
Bro, this man was playing.
He's
defense.
averaged.
He's
averaged 20 points for 6 seasons.
Stop doing this, bro.
In another season, he averaged 19. In another season, he averaged.
Ron, you're trolling, bro.
See, Ron, this is what they do, Ron. This is what they do, Ron.
Porzingis has been a bucket his whole career.
So you ain't surprised? You ain't surprised he did last night, Ron?
No.
This is what they do.
I've seen Kristaps play with Carmelo in the Knicks. I've seen Kristaps do this since 2000.
KP's a hooper ticket.
Kristaps has been doing this since 2015.
KP's been a hooper for sure, 1,000%.
We let that 1 year with Luka, and he was playing with Luka, and he was Luka's scapegoat. We let that get to our head, and then we let him playing in Washington and just forgetting about him and rotting over there. Get to our head.
He was balling in Washington.
Everyone said he was balling.
He was balling in Washington.
But that's what I'm saying. When you in Washington, nobody's paying attention.
Just like Ron, this is what they always do. This is what they do. Because I brought this up like last month. Y'all did this from the beginning when they were making these trades. When they got Drew Holiday, oh, that's not a big deal. When they got KP, oh, he's a bum. He's a third option. He sucks. This and that. That's all I heard. That's all I heard. I'm not talking about what everybody else had. I'm talking about up here on this platform. This platform. Okay, all I heard was how bad KP is. He's a bum. He's never done anything. Matter of fact, Tiki sat there for a whole episode pressing me about what has he done, Ox, what has he ever done? What has he ever done? I said, well, he's coming to be the third guy. He's you know what I'm saying? He's not a first option.
He was playing like the second guy.
As a second, third, fourth guy, that is a great position for him to be in. And then y'all discredit him. Y'all say Dame, or not Dame, y'all say Drew is terrible on offense. He can't initiate the offense. He's old. He's soft because Jimmy Butler got at him one time and all of this. And then Jaylen Brown can't go left. He has no left hand. His best got amputated. Jason Tatum takes bad shots. He's jealous. All of this, all of that. And then say that they're a super team. Y'all motherfuckers is confused. Excuse my language, Ron. Y'all confused.
Hey, Ox.
Stand on something, man.
Ox, keep going.
Oh, no, I'm done.
Oh, all right. I do want to say this, though. And it's just for some reason miraculously just went over everybody's head because we so busy talking about Tatum not living up to his potential, which I'm guilty of that too. We too busy talking about whether Jaylen Brown should be the best player on the team. We too busy focused on Derek White carrying in clutch moments and this, that, and the third, and Joe Mazzulla. Nobody mentioned the fact that Kristaps Porzingis actually averaged 20 points this season. Nobody mentioned that he did it on only 13 shots. Nobody mentioned that Kristaps Porzingis averaged 2 blocks this year.
And what did he do in the playoffs before he got hurt?
Ticket.
No, I'm asking you. You talking all that shit. What did he do in the playoffs before he got hurt?
What did he do after he got hurt?
What did he do in the playoffs? What was he putting up in the playoffs before in the games he played before he got hurt?
He averaged 13 points.
The games that won.
Now shut the hell. He dropped 7 points. He's a dropper. So again, that's the greatest game you will ever see him play. You won't see him play another game like that this series. I guarantee you.
We don't need to.
No. I'm saying no. This is what I'm saying to you though. And also, I'm going to say this: you're not going to see Kyrie Irving play that bad as he played last night again. He's not having another 12-point.
Ron, I will say this. When like the also offensively the burst he went on, but then defensively the man playing like prime Hakeem Olajuwon, bro. I see him guarding Luka and stuff. I'm like,
KP's a really good defender though, Doug. He always been.
Yeah, but I'm not to the point where I'm like, bro, you over here blocking dunks and everything. I'm like, damn, bro, like this, he was crazy, bro. I mean, him and Jaylen Brown. I mean, I agree with Ticket though. Like, do I think he's gonna go on a burst like that again? I think he can have good games, but a burst like that.
And Doug, here's the thing: with the Boston Celtics, normally they beat teams because they hit you with these waves that's insurmountable. So they hit a whole bunch of threes in a wave, go on a big run, and then just keep the game like that. That's how they normally. But if you play with them, or if you come and hit them first and you hit them with a wave, they've always shown that they can be vulnerable, bro. Go watch all the other games. Go watch the games against the Cavs when they couldn't just hit them with a tsunami all the way down the series. Those games was close, even the games without Spidey. So you got to watch that. All I'm saying is that when Porzingis went off in that first half and they hit him with that wave, it made the game insurmountable. So now I'm saying if they're playing from this type of standpoint, a more level, even playing field, the game is going to end up different down the stretch, bro.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Come back and be down to 30 and cut it down to 8 and try to overcome that because they were right there. But
y'all are clearly being biased. Y'all are clearly and unshamedly. Y'all have no shame in sitting up here and saying that Kyrie Irving will never play this bad. But y'all can't say that for Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum's jealous. How come it can't be that Jason Tatum might drop 40 next game? He's been known to do that. How come KP would never have another half like that? But you can guarantee us that Kyrie Irving is gonna play better. Why is it? Why is it on this side? They're gonna be better on this side. They're gonna be
on my side with Kyrie. When Kyrie, whenever he's had a bad,
when he carried LeBron,
he had 30 the next game. So if you go look, he had 2 bad NBA Finals games. The next games he had 30 plus. So that's what happened. So I'm gonna say this right. Last night he had 12, right? So yeah, he'll come back. He's due for a 30 ball next game. We already know how he get down. To the dude in the comment section, listen, man, y'all come in here and pay to hate on me. It's cool. I don't really care, bro. You do what you want to do. I'm rent free in y'all's mind, and that's all there is to it. Y'all go to the comment section after the video over every day. You talking about me, dog. I don't even be worried about y'all. Y'all be worried about me. So keep it coming, baby. You understand what I'm saying?
But ticket. You gotta admit you be getting cooked in them comments sometimes. The post comments.
Hey, look, let them do what they go wrong. They can do whatever they want to do, dog. You know what I'm saying? They can't beat me. Because Ron,
what's up?
In real life, Ron, in real life though. Let me say it again. In real life, Ron. In real life though, Ron. In real life though.
I'm picking up what you putting down. Hey, I got you.
I smell what you cooking, brother. Bob,
I ain't seen Parole in a minute.
Have you seen him in a minute?
What's good?
So, Jalen, how about that game last night?
It was okay. Hold on. The home team won game 1. Whoop-de-doo. That's a shock. It was a great game by Boston. Porzingis, I didn't realize he'd be this healthy, and he played this well. Shout out Porzingis. Luka Doncic is still the best player on the floor last night. Let's not get it twisted. The best player on the floor, Luka Doncic. Kyrie Irving is going to have a comeback game. We're not worried. Boston going to win game 2, and it's going to be all good. Great.
Boston going to win game 2, and it's going to be all good?
I mean, Dallas. Sorry. Dallas going to win game 2. Look, Boston showed us why they were the best team during the regular season. They played phenomenal. Everybody played well.
Not just the regular season, Jalen. The best team in the playoffs as well.
I mean, playoff, you can question that. Like, they showed up, but the competition, that's whatever. But it was fine. Like I said, do we really think, again, I think you mentioned it earlier too, do we really think Kyrie Irving is going to play that bad again? Is Porzingis going to shoot like that again? I just don't see that.
Jalen, what up, baby? I heard you was in here singing to Mars the other day.
No, what's good ticket? Man, we singing and living.
Yo,
yeah,
Jalen.
Yep.
So are you in the least bit concerned right now? And it's okay to be concerned after a game like that. That was kind of demoralizing.
I mean, there was a point where, look, they got up by 26, 28, something along those lines, and then the Dallas cut it down to 8. They called the timeout, and the Boston went on their run and kind of got it back up to basically 16, 20. When it was at 8, I just think, again, they needed someone other than Luka to hit a shot. I think it was Derek Jones when they had an open 3. He missed that one. When I think Luka was penetrating into the lane, he kicked it out. He missed the 3. So, I mean, that game, again, it got close. They just couldn't get buckets from anyone outside of Luka. It's just one of those games where, team was poor shooting. They missed a lot of open 3s. The Boston was hitting everything. Especially Porzingis, the first half? He was hitting everything. The 3 ball, he launched 1 3 from 30 feet, went in. That mid-range was cooking. Jaylen Brown did his thing. Jaylen Brown's defense was phenomenal last night. I'm going to give Jaylen Brown a lot of credit defensively. Did his thing. Great team lead for them. Not worried. Again, game 1, home team wins. Now, if it happens in game 2, then the alarm bells ring, but not worried after game 1.
Christopher D shot through the super chat. He said Kyrie usually takes time to get going in the finals. In 2016, Kyrie was shooting 33% from the field the first 2 games of the finals before he got going. It's just game 1.
How many finals Kyrie been to?
Yeah, I don't know if the sample size works for that statement. It takes him a while.
Technically 3,
two, right?
but it's 2.
He played in 2. Yeah, 1. He was injured game 1.
So that's enough to know how he usually plays in the finals.
Yeah, you don't know about the 12 game sample size?
It's technically 4 or technically 2. So he played the year.
Technically, this is his 4th.
Technically, this is his 4th. Yeah.
Yeah. He played 3 with LeBron in Cleveland. The first year he got injured.
Which one was the one he got injured? It was the third one, right?
2015, the first one.
The first one.
Okay.
He got
hurt.
He
played 2016,
he's played
3-1
14
comeback.
finals games. Yeah, he's played 14.
And then the next year they got swept.
Yeah,
that's the year where Bron almost put a hit out on J.R. Smith.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, that was the year after. No, that was the year after.
Yeah, 2015 he played game 1. 2015 he played game 1 and got hurt at the end of the fourth or the start of overtime. One of them, I can't remember which one. And then 2016 he played all 7 games. 2017 he played all 5 games. And then this year he's played the first game. So he's played 14 finals games in total.
I mean, that's a decent amount. That's a decent amount. Most people don't play 14 finals games. So.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think it takes Kyrie a bit to get going. I just think he had a bad shooting night. It happens.
Kristen Williams said, if you consider this Celtics team a super team, were the 2021 Bucks a super team? MVP level Giannis, All-Star Middleton, Drew, PJ Tucker, Bobby Portis, Brooke Lopez, Pat Connaughton, Jeff Teague. Question mark.
Hey,
compare both super teams.
Shout out to Jeff Teague getting mentioned, I guess.
Jeff Teague was hooping. I mean, not then.
I think you would have to. Right? I think you would have to.
This is the criteria. What's your criteria?
Well, because Giannis, I mean, Giannis is better than Jason Tatum. I think that Chris Middleton is comparable. I'm just going off of what most people say.
Okay.
Mars.
You know,
right? Please stop being nasty.
We have to because some people got JT and Giannis still got
nobody in their right mind. Nobody. I'm talking about. I'm 100% confident in this statement. There's nobody on the planet Earth that believes that this Jason Tatum that we just seen last night is better than Giannis in the 2021
I mean,
NBA
y'all really acting like Swiper right now, just with the finality of that. Like, no, that's just not how it works. But some people got Jason.
He's not better. This is not a conversation. This is not a conversation. This is not a conversation.
You brought him up. I phoned him in.
Master Yapper.
I said Giannis is better than Jason Tatum. Did y'all not hear me say that?
Yeah.
He did. I just asked if it was true.
All right. So what I'm saying is some people can disagree if they want to. I just said what y'all are saying. So let me leave. Okay. And that Chris Middleton, that same Chris Middleton, the one that carried that same Giannis, the same Giannis that we were just talking about, got carried by the Chris Middleton we're talking about right now. You know, and then Drew Holiday was younger and better on that team, right? That's what I've been hearing all week. I mean, why not? PJ Tucker was a hell of a defender, so yeah. Sure.
After that, it's the fall off though. See, my thing is, okay, you got Giannis on that Bucks team.
Is Brooke Lopez a fall off? Really?
A little bit.
Lopez, that Brooke Lopez and this Al Horford are pretty comparable. But this is what I'm saying though.
Wow,
it's no dear. What?
You'll say anything to prove a point, won't you?
Are they not pretty comparable?
Wait, Rod. This old Al Horford, this one?
Maybe 3. Maybe
did you guys not see Al Horford like I seen him last night? Oh,
he was hooping, but I don't think
first possession dunk.
I've seen him.
Did you not see him last series? Have you guys not been since Kristaps has not been there? Al Horford has held it down.
He's definitely held it down.
This is the same Al Horford you doubted 24 hours ago, by the way.
I mean, yeah, for sure. Well, I just talking shit when it comes to Al Horford. In large part, just
he was saying anything.
In large part, just to make Ox mad. But this is what I'm saying, though.
So that's what we're doing up here, clickbaiting and trying to make each other mad.
I'm not really clickbaiting, but I'm for sure trying to make you mad. But this is what I'm saying, though. That Brooke Lopez was shrink down to a simple role of spacing the floor and playing defense. Like, what else did he do? That's the same thing that Al Horford does. You stretch the floor, play defense. Their roles are very similar.
I think Brooke Lopez is doing both of those things better. He was defending at a better rate, and I think he was hitting shots. I mean, the way Al Horford was shooting, I have to look at the numbers, but Brook Lopez was a better shooter at that time than Al Horford is today.
And don't forget Bobby too. They brought up Bobby too. So.
Well, I don't think either team is a super team. I don't know what people are considering these teams a super team. They're just
Right.
very good teams. Super teams, again, I think people use that term too loosely. I just think there's very few super teams in NBA history. I mean, again, the KD Warriors, the Magic Johnson Lakers, Bird Celtics. Other than that, I don't really consider them much super teams.
All right, moving along. The Tribe One said, too early to even be super chatting this, but can I get a prediction on who will win Finals MVP? Also, this Celtics team is a super team. Been that.
Luka Doncic, Finals MVP.
It's definitely going to be. It can be
choice.
3 people. There's only 3 people it can be. It's going to be Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, or Kristaps Porzingis. I got my money on JB, but JT could get it too. It's going to be one of those 3 because the Celtics are winning.
I need a definite answer, Ox. Who you got?
Jaylen Brown.
Okay. Jalen? Carter?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with. I wish it was Jalen Carter. I wish. Look, Luka, I still think is gonna be the best player on the floor. If they win, it's gonna be him. But if Boston wins, I'm gonna go with Tatum. Again, Jalen Brown's played very, but I mean Tatum.
But who do you think is gonna win the series?
Like I said before, my heart wants the Mavs. The brain was telling me Boston. I literally said that.
Stand on your nuts. Who's winning?
Hey, I don't know.
Jalen.
Did I stand on my heart?
Jalen, when do you listen to your mind? Jalen, you're an R&B singer. You listen to your heart with everything you do.
7. Dallas in 7. Luka, 40-point masterclass. Next game, Kyrie probably dropping a nice little 30-piece to go along with it.
Hey, Jalen, let me see that shirt, bro.
I think my mom got me the shirt. I don't know where it's from. Pirates? I don't even know.
Oh, okay. So it look kind of fire. I was trying to see.
Shout out to Jalen's shirt. Shout out to Jalen's mom for coming through with the shirt. And shout out to Pirate, too. Pirate, where you at, man? We need you. We need you.
I ain't seen
Pirate.
Pirate.
Pirate on a ship somewhere.
Ticket. Finals MVP.
Luka.
3 Lukas up here. All right.
We know boo.
Yeah, I mean, I just think he's going to turn it on. I think you're going to see same thing happen with Steph Curry last year. He's just going to turn it on and start going crazy, and it's going to be unstoppable. And I think it's going to be an avalanche these boys get hit with. Point blank period. I think they're going to get hit with an avalanche. Y'all going to see. Y'all going to see come next game. Y'all going to see Luka and them will come on start next game.
I thought y'all was crazy before the season, like for the past week. I thought y'all was crazy for having Dallas. But then after watching last night, I'm not sure what's going on with y'all. Like y'all okay?
I mean, we saw Boston do that.
I'm saying like y'all good, right? Y'all watched the game. Did y'all watch the game?
We seen them be dominant in game 1 and lose game 2 or game 3 in the series.
I'm just curious. It's not like did y'all watch the game last night?
Yeah. I mean, and Bob, you think what you want to think. If Luka wins next game, you ain't gonna say nothing but, "Oh, they still good." That's what you're gonna say. So I mean,
Oxto, we seen. This was just like the series with the Wolves.
I am just going to say
that. This was just like the Wolves and the Nuggets, though. This is what I'm saying. Like, when the Wolves came out and started beating the shit out the Nuggets, everybody was like, oh, my God, it's over. It's over. And I came up here and I told you guys, me and Swiper, the MVP is still on the other team. Like
the Wolves won that series, though, Ron.
No, they did. I'm just saying, like, for you just to think that this is going to keep happening, like, Kyrie's going to wake up.
Yeah, but that was gonna wake up.
PJ Washington's gonna wake up.
They could all wake up.
PJ Washington.
They could all wake up and still get swept.
Oh my!
They're not gonna get swept.
PJ Washington, Ron. This is what y'all.
All right.
Oh my God!
He was all right.
Hey, when he starts banging that corner 3, it's gonna look a little different.
Okay, so when Jason Tatum turn up, it's gonna look a little different.
Okay, when he turns up, who's going to turn down?
Because everybody,
and when he turns up, move your head to the left.
Nobody got to turn
move your head to the left.
Do this.
Just do this.
That's not what happens. That's not how basketball works.
Bob and weave right quick.
I'm not going to have that. I'm not going to have that.
What do you mean that's not? But is that not a trend with him? No, is that not a trend with him?
Not at all. And we
bumped that already. They're like a teeter-totter. When one goes up, the other goes down.
Ticket said that shit earlier, and we've already debunked that months ago. Months ago, we debunked that. Stop playing with your hands. That theory's been debunked. Okay, it's been debunked.
Why has that theory been debunked?
Because we debunked it right here. We talked about this already. We don't got to go back. They do play good together. We've looked back.
Yeah,
at the
we went through it, and
We've
it was
done
like
this.
they have like the most combined 30-point games together.
Most
like,
combined. So y'all stop saying that. Fix your face. You're
And
wrong.
how many combined games do they have
wrong.
when it's? How many combined games do they have when one plays better than they usually do, and the other just plays like shit? Can we get those stats too?
On top of that, Ron.
So can we get those?
Denver,
Probably a good number.
It's a great number.
You're not gonna get them from me. But look, Denver and Minnesota are actually a much closer and competitive. This is a gap. This team is much better than that team. It's not like these other series.
Wait, so
I was told Denver was going to get swept. I was told Jokic was going to get knocked out the playoffs. I was told this, that, and the third. Lo and behold, they came back and won 3 games. All I'm saying is Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving still got 3 more games, bare minimum. And in those 3 games, anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Super chat from Darren Faust. He said, Swipe is right. Luka was horrible on defense and a catalyst to Boston's offense getting whatever open look they wanted to.
He actually had a couple of good defensive moments against Jason Tatum. He was actually staying in front of him, even when Jason Tatum tried to get
targeted him all games, so 2 possessions isn't really doing much. Yeah,
he
wasn't great on defense. He was well, but a couple good plays here and there, but some extra efforts were missing. Got blown. Like if you dribble in front of him, he can stay in front of you. Like, but if you attack quick, he's not staying in front of anyone. And that's like Derek White's blowing by him because all he's doing is doing one hezzy and he's gone. The moment you start dancing with the ball a little bit, like he can get his feet set, he can time up what he's doing, and he can get his body in front. He does cool. But the moment you go quickly, it's just is what it is, and he's just not like he's limited. It's cool, but they got to figure out a way to.
Right?
Yeah, I think he was cool for how much they targeted him. I don't know how much more you can really expect. Like they targeted him damn near every play. And he did about what you'd expect. Now, there were some plays where I think someone else would have tried a bit harder, but when you do as much as he does on offense, I guess you're allowed to take plays off. So, yeah, but they got to find a way to keep him out of the action, or he has to give him extra effort more consistently.
Emperor Beast Kato said, Ox, Luka is good as a post defender, but when it comes to guarding at the perimeter, he is ass.
I think he's ass everywhere. I think he's ass on the block. I think he's ass everywhere. So that's why I said what I seen from him last night was pretty decent, because you don't got to convince me that he's an ass defender. I think he's worse than ass. What's worse than ass?
Feet? I don't know.
All I know is that whatever ass is, he's typically under ass. So you know what I'm saying? Like last night was good for Luka. I was happy. I was honestly impressed with Luka's defense last night.
That's why I got up here and I was confused. Like everybody was saying, Luka didn't play. Because I'm like, I've been saying that all season. Everybody's, well, he's giving better effort. So how come now y'all want to hold him accountable? I know why Swiper was doing it. We all know why Swiper was doing it. But you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure it out. Like I was happy with what I saw from Luka. Shit, I'm ready to praise him for that.
Yeah, when you expect nothing and you get slightly more than nothing, is what I mean, I guess. Yeah, it's nice. And other people expect something and they see less than something, they're disappointed. So I guess it's just relative to expectation.
Yeah, so gentlemen, whatever's worse than ass, that's what Luka typically is on defense.
That's what it is.
Gandhi KV2 said, examples of the most important rebounds in playoffs history other than Bosh.
Important rebound in playoff history.
J.R. Smith got that rebound on the at the free throw line. That was an important rebound.
That was an important rebound, though.
You got to think about it, though, Ron. Dude was like, J.R. really had enough time. And J.R. was still the athlete at that time. J.R. could have just jumped and damn near windmilled it. He could have jumped and cocked it back and dunked it.
Yeah, it would have been an easy floater for him. Yeah, 100%.
Easy for J.R.
He couldn't believe it. Like, y'all know in the movies where like something end up in your hands, you just look at it with your eyes and then look up like, what am I supposed to do? He just couldn't believe that it fell right in his hand like that.
It was an important rebound, to be fair.
I'm trying to think of another rebound. I guess it wasn't a rebound, but Shaq tipping it out to Robert Horry. Was that considered a rebound in the box score?
Damn.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
considered a rebound. Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
You didn't have to go there, Jalen.
Wow.
No, you did.
Wow. First of all, Shaq didn't tip it out. That was Bloody Divac bitch ass that tipped it out. Instead of just going up and grabbing the ball with 2 hands. You go grab the ball with 2 hands, big fella. Well, in Vladdy's defense, though, he was shook. He just did not want Shaq to get that ball back. You know what I'm saying? So I feel Vladdy, but I was so terrible. One play was Wizards versus the Hawks. I think it was 2017. The Wizards were on their way to win in the East. The Wizards was on their way to win in the East, but Al Horford Al Horford got that rebound, the offensive board, and the Nate didn't block him out. I was pissed. Oh, I was pissed.
That was the Wizards' year. That year.
It was. Was that the year Paul Pierce broke his wrist, or that was the year before? I can't remember.
I can't remember. I just know that 17 was the Wizards should have been in the conference finals, in my opinion.
I think I might be getting the years mixed up. It was either 17 or 16, one of those years, but Al Horford gets the offensive rebound, and Nene doesn't block him out, but shit, that was crazy.
Ron, I know this is off topic a little bit, but I wanted to ask y'all this before I had to go. And I know this is the last day of the week. What did you guys think about the potential hiring of Dan Hurley? Do you guys like that, or how you feel about that?
Dan Hurley has proven himself at UConn, created an amazing program. I saw him on an interview with JJ Redick on his podcast before. Seems like a really smart coach, understands X's and O's. And I think for the Lakers, if they really want to kind of focus on a kind of a long-term coach instead of a stopgap that they seem like they've been doing, a guy that's going to build even after LeBron and AD. We've seen him develop young guys at UConn, develop players. He had a lot of 4 3-year guys over there. So I think for the long term for the Lakers, I think it's a phenomenal hire. And even with LeBron and AD, I think it's a great hire. So I'm really cool with it. I think he's a great coach.
They said he likes to yell, scream, and practice a lot. So that's what Chris Broussard said yesterday. He said they said that they was told that his practices are way harder than Tibbs. He screams a lot, and he gives everybody the smoke. Is that going to roll over well with the Stars? And do you guys think that he's just better suited for the college basketball? Or
I think he's too good for the NBA. I think he's too good for the NBA. He's a real basketball coach, and coaches real basketball. He should stay and be somewhere where he'll be allowed to coach real basketball and be a real coach. I hate the hire, but I don't hate it like he's not qualified. I hate the hire like he's overqualified to go down there and be disrespected by the Lakers media cartel. He should stay at UConn and continue to build his legacy. Maybe win more national championships.
Try to win his third straight.
Be a legend at UConn. You know what I'm saying? Like they got Jim Calhoun, they got Gino Auriemma, now Coach Hurley. You know what I'm saying? Go do your thing, stay there. That's what I would do. I'm not, that's personally how I feel about it. I
do want to say, Ticket, he's for sure gonna have to switch up his philosophies. But this is, you got to change up your philosophies wherever you go. If he was to leave UConn and go to the University of Arizona, or if he was to go to UCLA, he'd have to switch up his philosophies. But obviously, when you go to the pros, it's a different game. You can't practice as hard as you practice in college because you got 82 games. Yeah, you can't yell at them players because they're not babies. They're not 18. They're not 19.
Ron, they're saying they're handing him the franchise. Like they want him to be the future, like to be there for the long term. They wanted to do development. Like to me, to peel a guy off like that, you got to let him have his way. Sort of like, in my opinion, for him to say I'm gonna come, he's gonna have to have a lot of power in how he wants to run things. Now he wants to run that organization, bro. In my opinion, if he's gonna leave UConn, and they say that his offense is sophisticated enough for the NBA, I'm just gonna say, man, look, man, I think that he would be a great hire for a team that needs discipline. I do think that he's gonna encounter a lot of road bumps because guys don't like to practice hard like that. You know that, Ron. They don't like when guys are screaming at them and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a culture shock for him. But at the same time, I see him kind of like the way I saw David Black, as far as coming into the league and having success. but guys trying to usurp him because, you know, he wants to coach. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave it. I ain't gonna say no names, Jalen. I'm just gonna leave it like that. You know what I'm saying?
But Ticket, you do either way it goes. Like even if, and we all know who you're talking about. You're talking about Bron. Even if that was the case, he would still have to tinker his coaching philosophy no matter what. Even if Bron was keen to being coachable. Let's just say Bron was coachable.
Go ahead.
Let's say Bron was coachable. Let's say he went and played for the for Spurs franchise who they're used to Pop actually coaching him. He still would have to tinker his philosophy though. He can't practice as hard. He can't be as hard on guys.
But wouldn't that be the reason? But Ron, wouldn't that be in this contract negotiation? You want me to leave here to come do this, so I need to be able to do my way, right?
Yeah, Ticket. I'm not saying he can't do it his way, but if he does it his way, he can be unsuccessful. That's more so what I'm saying.
I think he'll definitely. I see what Ticket's saying though. Like for him to leave a situation at UConn, which right now is, you know, probably the best situation in college basketball because of the success they've had. It does take a lot. He's going to get paid a ton, and he's going to want full control. He's going to want control of the players, you know, being brought in. He's going to want to say, you know, in kind of the GM power, which I think he'll get because, to get a guy like that to come to your team, you're going to have to give up that power.
Yeah, like if you look at Billy Donovan, he came in Mars. Didn't Billy Donovan win Coach of the Year when he came in? Like, I think he won Coach of the Year. They went to the Western Conference Finals, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he did win Coach of the Year though
when he came in, and then he just like it's like I don't know what happened to Billy Donovan. I mean, then KD leaves and everything goes to hell.
Well, he in Chicago, he chilling. His son just got hired to the G League to be the G League coach over there, so they chilling in Chicago. I guess they like him. He's a good coach. I think he's a good coach, so he's fine. He's just not winning right now, but he's cool.
Oh, so you really think it's just the personnel, not the coach?
Yeah, I think Billy Donovan's managed to make that Chicago defense good, and they have Vucevic as their defensive anchor. So, like, I think he's a good coach. I think he's shown he's a good coach. Offensively, meh, but I think he's a good coach. I think he's a fine coach. I think judging coaches who are on bad teams, we just like, oh, they won 30 games. How good of a coach can you be? I'm like, well, not everyone's job is to win 50 games. Like, I think there's a lot of good coaches in the league on teams that aren't very good. I think it's just about how you play, how you organize a defense, and then there's things that coaches do that we'll never know. Like, I'm not in the locker room. I don't know how hands-on he is or whatever the case. But most people's judging of coaches, there's a reason like people only think the good teams have bad coaches because that's the only teams people watch. So like, oh, the Lakers have a bad coach. So it's like, yeah, you watch 75 Lakers games. You're not even watching the Wizards. So like, how do you know what Brian Keefe is doing? You don't know because you're not watching. So like, I think people just judge coaches unfairly. And also people just judge coaches like, oh, what rotations do they make? Or, oh, they didn't call a timeout when this team went on a run. Or they'll just say adjustments. And then they won't even say what adjustments should have been made. Or they won't even recognize an adjustment when it's right in front of them. Unless it's a rotation change. So like, I take what people say about coaching with a grain of salt these days. Because most people don't even know what they're looking at.
Yeah. And a lot of people saying that he should stay or he should go. Well, as of right now, it's been reported that he's 50-50 on his decision. They did say, though, that UConn has re-offered him a new offer. They basically upped their ante. And keep in mind, they just gave him a contract last year. They upped their ante based on what the Lakers are going to offer him. So he has more incentive to stay, but he also is meeting with LA today. So I'm assuming that decision will be made fairly soon here.
But that's BS. They should have already upped the salary. Once he won the second championship, they should have came to him immediately. Once he won a chance to say, hey, we're going to make you the highest paid coach in the country. The fact that you got to wait till he gets another offer to do that, I'm leaving if I'm him. I've already accomplished everything I can in college.
It is similar to the Coach K situation. You know, back
even
his championship too.
Even his new offer wouldn't make him the highest paid. They said it will make him the third highest paid coach.
Yeah, see that I'm leaving it. You're not finna do that soon. I'm going to the pros, baby. No dice.
So you think he's the best coach in college right now?
He won 2 back-to-back goddamn national champ. Man, hey, y'all have a good day, man. Love y'all.
Right now, he's definitely the best for sure.
You guys think he's easily the best coach
in college basketball?
I'm not well versed in college basketball coaches, so I'll be lying. But he looks great. The things I see UConn do, they look like they have one of the most advanced offenses in college basketball from what I watch. So I don't know if that's him. I don't know if they have an offensive coordinator over there. maybe it's not him. Like, not all coaches run everything, so maybe he has someone working behind him who's actually doing that. But UConn play a better brand of basketball than most teams in college, from what I've seen. So I guess if you want to give him credit for that, you can.
Yeah, who would be better right now? Like Calipari hasn't done a ton in a lot of years.
He's
Bill
still
Self's
around
better.
though. Rick
Yeah, but he's
Pitino's
not.
still around. Also, too,
Rick Pitino hasn't been good though in like
no,
almost a
don't
decade
see
now. Come on,
that
it's been
goes
a
to
while.
what Mars
Come on.
just said. Do you know what Rick Pitino's coaching?
Who is he coaching these days? Last time he had success though was what, when he was in Louisville? Maybe
Okay, but has he been at Louisville? He went from Louisville. He went and coached Panathinaikos in Athens, which if I didn't say in Athens, you guys wouldn't be able to tell me where Panathinaikos is. Even though they just won the EuroLeague championship.
I know it's in Greece.
Even though they just won the EuroLeague championship, but y'all wouldn't know that. He left there and went to Iona, which how are you going to win a national championship at Iona? Has Iona even been to when's the last time they went to the NCAA tournament? Were they in the NIT?
Can't get a job.
Okay, but the pessimist would say, if he's such a good coach, why is that the job he got?
Yeah, Kentucky had an opening
because of his scandal at Louisville. He had to get back in the door. So he had a scandal at Louisville, and then that's why he had, because he would still be coaching Louisville right now if it wasn't for that. He had a lifetime tenured coach there, or he was a lifetime tenured coach.
What is the scandal? I don't.
Well, you know, this is back before the NIL, and he was trying to get players to commit.
Okay. When you said scandal, I thought he did something crazy. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Kind of did do something crazy, but
I guess Tom Izzo's there too. Still, Izzo's a good coach.
Tom Izzo's
a good coach too.
Corin, he's a good coach at UCLA.
Over the past 5 years, UConn has had the most success, not just winning, but also just winning their season title, their kind of conference, and having deep runs in the NCAA tournament.
I'm not saying that he's not the best coach in college. I haven't sat down and thought through who is. He does have a shoe in the race. What I'm saying is, especially with colleges, recruits have a lot to do with that. And keep in mind, you know how up and down the college game is. It fluctuates. So you can have 4 or 5 star recruits one year, and then the next year they all go to the NBA.
I hear you. You have to keep on rebuilding. It's hard to keep it consistent for a long period of time.
So, you know, it's a little different building a program and all of that. But all right, we got a few more super chats. Gandhi KV2 said, who has better gravity, Shaq or Curry? I'm going with Shaq.
Oh, Shaq or Curry? Well, one's obviously gravity's in the perimeter. One's, inside the paint. I'm going to edge it to Shaq, but I do think it's kind of close.
I think gravity that opens up layups is more valuable than gravity that opens up threes.
So you going with Shaq? Oh, no, you going with Steph?
But that's just me thinking about it for 7 seconds. I mean, I think questions like that you really have to think about. Like,
the Shaq getting his guys in foul trouble gravity? Is that considered in the gravity?
I wouldn't call that gravity. I would just call that impact.
Gotcha.
Gravity is like when they're committing extra resources towards you, even when you don't have the ball, just to deny you from getting it and stuff like that. Like when people are just attracted to your orbits, we'll call it. And it's like, there we go. Stop Shaq, and then you end up leaving Robert Horry open or something.
Morris, with that being said, I'm going with Shaq. Shaq is giving your coach's rotation a gravitational pull. He looking at his 14th, 15th, 16th, 20th man on the bench, like, all right,
facts.
We eventually gonna need you for 5 minutes to come in.
Yeah, Shaq had some people who should have never been employed in the NBA. That's one thing you can say about Shaq.
Talk about it.
Shaq, those bigs should email Shaq every year that he made them millionaires, because that's the only reason they were in the league. So shout out to Shaq for that.
Locked In became a member, and then he sent through a super chat. He said Luka could end the series as the best. Game 1 was not the best. A liability defensively. Stay in front of your man you won't need and give up open, or stay in front of your man you won't need and give up open threes.
Yeah, I think his defense wasn't good, but I don't know. Like, this is the thing with Boston. I don't know what you expect. Like, there's nowhere to hide him. And like
That's
Luka's good when you like this. Like I already said, the scheme of Dallas is dependent on being able to keep a big near the lane, so that you can deter them and then force kickouts, and then you try run people off the line. You can't run Boston off the line because either they choose to drive and they can make decisions, or they're just gonna shoot it with a light contest anyway. Like there's no forcing them to take shots they don't really want to take, unless you go to a switch everything scheme. But then you got Porzingis. But then there's a chance that maybe you can force them into isolations and all of those things. It's fine. And also, you can't even keep the big near the lane because they end up just putting Drew Holiday in the dunker spot. So you end up having Kyrie as the help defender. And what's Kyrie going to do at the rim? Nothing. So, like, once again, Joe Mazzulla deserves credit. Like, he's a very good coach. But for whatever reason, I mean, the reason is people just don't like him because he took Ime Udoka's spot. But Joe Mazzulla is a very good coach because the things he implements that take you out of the things you want to do defensively, very good coach. So, yeah, shout out to Joe Mazzulla for the things he does. But,
I like what you just spoke on right there too, Morris, with the Drew Holiday in the dunker spot. I like when they do that. And at first, when I was seeing them do that, I didn't recognize that it was by design. You know, like earlier in the season when I would see Drew, I would just think he was just playing good basketball, getting to open spots. But then I started seeing like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here, and I like that because people underestimate the size of Drew Holiday. First of all, like the size of Drew Holiday is already underestimated, but the strength of Drew Holiday is even more underestimated. He's a big body down there. Yeah. Torture chamber.
Yeah, you end up having a 6'2" guy being the help when someone drives. It's like we got 6'10", 6'7", Jaylen Brown, 6'10", Jason Tatum driving, and we got Kyrie providing help. Like, okay. And then if you do like slide down to take away the dunker spot from Drew Holiday when Kyrie goes to help, you give up an open 3 to the corner. It's like that's great coaching. And also it's good recognition from guys like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I want to say Jaylen Brown has improved immensely from what he used to be. I was very critical of him, the handle, the decision-making, the playmaking, the half-court, all of those things. The off-ball defense, he's improved in all of those factors of the game. Like, his handle isn't great, but it's so much better. His off-ball defense, his awareness on defense has improved so much that it's really great to see. Shout out to Jaylen Brown. Really, really good player.
And that's what I was saying though too. Like I know Ox, you be like, stop being so naive. How do you just expect players to get better and this, that, and the third? It's not necessarily that I expect players to get better skill wise. It's more so the mental part. I expect their bodies to develop, so I expect you to get stronger. And with that being said, you're just able to do more because you're not pushed off your position. You can hold your own more on defense. You can absorb contact on offense, things like that with your body. But mentally, I expect you, especially after going to a finals, especially after going to Eastern Conference finals and deep playoff runs and playing 82-game seasons, I expect the game to slow down for you. I expect you to know that I can't do this, otherwise I'm going to get beat. I expect you to just be a step ahead when it comes to rotations on defense or when it comes to seeing things on offense develop and stuff like that. And Jaylen Brown, he's, 27?
Yeah, sounds all right.
I think since his second season, he's played heavy minutes. Mm-hmm. And so it's like he's been around the block, especially for a 27-year-old, a lot. So now I expect him to, just be able to do things at a rate that a veteran would be able to do them.
Yeah. And think about it too, like stat-wise too, like he's improved all like the first 5 years, you know what I'm saying, 6 years. I'm not sure if it's plateaued from this year and last year. I think did it drop a point or two from last year, but other than that, those first years he's consistently gotten better statistically too.
Him and JB both, or him and JT, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, they both took a hit in their scoring this year. But in a large part, that was due to Drew and Porzingis coming over too. Everybody had to sacrifice.
This is the best Jaylen Brown's ever been. I don't care if he's averaged 27 before. This is by far the best he's ever been. And that's why I say, like, the box score will be 20 years from now. It's gonna look like 2021 or whatever year he averaged 27 is the best Jaylen Brown ever was. But like watching it, you can see 2024 is so much better. His decision making is so much better. He doesn't have as much tunnel vision. He's not falling over himself trying to beat guys to spots, or he's able. He split double teams. Jaylen Brown split double teams. 3 years ago, he would have kicked the ball out of bounds. Progress. And defensively,
not
I mean,
every time, Mark. Somebody kicking
yeah,
out.
you get what I mean. You get what I mean. You get what I mean. You get what I mean.
Mark, he would have scored a goal.
Yeah, something like he would turn into a prime Cristiano Ronaldo. But like, and defensively, this is the best he's ever been too. And some of it is personnel, like it makes his life easier. He doesn't have as much responsibility. But his awareness off the ball, like there was a play he's got to stop on the ball, and then he didn't follow his man out to the 3, and he stayed in the lane and ended up getting a block. Like that awareness is like that's something he wasn't doing before. He would lose sight on what's happening behind the play and you just focus on the ball. But now he's doing those things, and like you can still he's not like a natural playmaker, but like sometimes you just ain't got it naturally. But like his ability to make the right reads if help comes and he knows where the help's coming from, he can make those reads and all of those things. And the accuracy can still be a bit shaky, but like he's doing everything you'd want from him, everything you'd want him to do. And I think I still stand on everything I've said about Jaylen Brown in the past at the time I said it, but I can also say he's much better now. And when we talk about him now, accordingly, I will reevaluate how I speak about him now. But I'm not going to change what I said a year ago or whatever, when at the time he still struggled with these things. But now he's a much better player, and I'm willing to speak about that accordingly.
I know everybody's growth and maturation process is different, but for me as a basketball player, I grew the most from the ages of 22 to 27 just as a basketball player. I know that's a 5-year gap, but it was night and day for me. Other than from 18 to 22, that gap was probably bigger, but a lot of that went into just my body growing. My growth was different than a lot of people. I grew 2 or 3 inches after I turned 18. But my athleticism kicked in. So a lot of that was just physical. But in terms of mentally, from 22 to 27, I was a completely different basketball player. And the game just slowed down tremendously. I was able to know things that were going to happen before they even happened. And so that's what I'll be saying. Like when these guys that are 23, 24, 25, I expect those guys to just get it. And especially because they play basketball at a very high level and they're a top option. So they always have the ball in their hand. They're always on the floor. They're always expected to make high impact plays. So I expect those guys to get better. And Jaylen Brown has done that. And that's what makes dudes like Jason Tatum and Luka so scary, because it's like you dudes are 25 years old. So in 5 more years, what are you guys going to look like when you're 30 and smack that in your prime?
Man, nah, you got it wrong. I see guys like Jaylen Brown. I just think Wemby, man. He 20. He 20.
Wemby at 26 going to be crazy.
He was improving throughout the rookie year. Oh, he probably working out right now. Oh, it's just tough, man. It's tough.
Did you guys see that picture on Instagram?
What picture?
The unicorns all linked up.
Oh, Chet, KD, Bobo.
Yeah.
Bobo coming out. We'll start season next year.
Nah, man. Shout out KD for getting the privilege. In the gym. No, I'm saying shout out to him for getting the privilege of working out with Bobo.
Oh, okay, buddy.
It's an absolute privilege, man.
He was working out with Bobo last year.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like that's what you like. The finals are going on, but like these players who either missed the playoffs or already home, like they're already in the gym working out. Like, so teams that missed the playoffs, you got 5 months of like improvement to like really lock in. Like Wemby probably been in the gym from like the end of the season, and then he's gonna go in the Olympics and all those things. Next season gonna be interesting.
Is Jalen Green in the gym, Mars?
Yeah, I seen he been in the gym. He been in the gym.
I seen he been
yeah, for sure. I mean, you still got a life. You still got a life. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
It's like you don't need to be in the gym 24/7. But he been in the gym. Alperen Sengun been in the gym. I've been paying attention to what's been going on. Jabari Smith is in doing media with for the finals. I seen him ask Jason Tatum a question. Felt bad for him. When he asked that question, I felt bad. But yeah, everyone working on their games. It's nice to see coming into next season, like who's improved and everything. It's going to be interesting.
And we'll get into this a little more during the summer. First off, I do want to say, Jalen, don't make that bet with Ticket this year again. Do not run that back.
Oh,
Wemby's getting 25 this year. Yeah, Wemby's getting 25.
Sophomore Wemby.
Now, if someone thinks Wemby going to average 30, I'll take the under on that. But 25 is definitely over.
All right, y'all. The Flame sent through a super chat. He said, should the Mavs stop collapsing so much on the drive? Feels like an automatic open 3 every time. Still probably going to lose, but they got to try something.
I mean, if the guy is owned by the guy, they have to. They still have to.
They should have stopped doing that, because even with them collapsing on the drive, I think Dallas were 14 for 17 in the restricted area. Like, they were still scoring at winning the paint. So you had no good paint defense, and your defense on 3-point line wasn't very good. You got to at least be good at one of them. Now, which one? I don't know. Ideally, it's the rim defense, but the rim defense requires you to collapse because of how much spacing they have. You can't just rotate 5 feet because there's no one other than Drew Holiday, unless you put the big on Drew Holiday in those situations. But then he's just going to extend out to the 3-point line. And guess who's going to go to the dunking spot? Derek White. You're cooked. So, like, hey, man, I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do. I'm not a basketball genius. Jason Kidd got to figure it out, man. Coach got to coach.
I want to encourage everybody to hit that like button if you haven't. And if you have, salute to you. And after you do that, scan this QR code right here and go check out playerschoicemerch.com. Go show us some love and support us with the new merch. And by the way, I know I say this all the time, but new merch on the way soon. Keep your eyes peeled. Also, too, shout out to everybody that was in the playback stream last night. JD held it down. It was a good game one. We had a good old time in playback. But just know, this Sunday game too. He's not here to tell you guys this, so I'm gonna say it on behalf. But bring the goofy shit. He gonna be waiting for it. I'm pretty sure that's what he would say if he wasn't shopping for meat and potatoes or on his way to Boston in his Tatum jersey, or I don't know where he might be right now. But I do know that he's gonna want y'all to bring the ruckus on Sunday. So be sure you there and be ready for it. Got a couple more members too, so let me go ahead and shout out these members. Locked in. I shouted him out once, but I'm gonna shout him out again because he's locked in. Shout out to Locked In. Cypress Turner also became a member. Welcome to the show. Cool G is the latest member. I want to give him a shout out too. And Lewis Banks also became a member. Shout out to all of them. And also big ups and big shout outs to my man, my dog, Donovan Samuels. Still tapped in, gifting 10 Players Choice memberships. Shout out to all 10 of those people. Y'all better have liked the video. And shout out to everybody else that are just recipients of Donovan Samuels memberships. He be kicking these out all the time. So salute to Donovan Samuels. Drop the dub, Donovan Samuels, in the chat. I got another members chat from Justin. He's been a member for 3 months, and I'm assuming he's a Mavs fan because he has as his avatar Dirk Nowitzki with this championship trophy. He said, why did Melo give this 7'3" Negro a face-up game in New York? Talking about Kristaps Porzingis.
I don't feel comfortable with Justin saying that. But
what you look like, Justin?
Porzingis is tough. I remember I was pushing the Porzingis agenda last year when Washington Gafford and Porzingis. I was pushing the agenda. Badly built too, but that one didn't work out as well, so I'm gonna keep it quiet. But Porzingis, like, Washington had good pieces, and Porzingis had the best year of his career last year. Like, he was doing that last year, abusing mismatches, face-up, all of those things.
I think Porzingis had a face-up game before Melo. Like, he was. I don't know. Like,
yeah, the issue was he never played back to the basket. People said he faced up too much when he was in New York.
You guys do know that Washington, if I'm not mistaken, they've had a player on the last 6 championship teams that played for the Wizards the previous season.
So last year was KCP, right?
Yep.
Wasn't Thomas Bryant?
Thomas Bryant? Him too. Ish Smith too, technically. 2022 Otto Porter. 2021 the Bucks. Bobby Portis played for the Wizards.
Good piece.
Anyone else play for the Wizards in the Bucks?
I can't think of nobody.
I can't remember. 2020 Lakers, KCP again.
Mm-hmm.
But he played for the Wizards after that, so it would have to be before that, right? It would have to be someone who played for the Wizards prior to that. Dwight Howard played for the Wizards. JaVale played for the Wizards too. Yeah, Dwight and JaVale. 2019 Toronto.
Wait, in Toronto.
Come on, Jalen, it's your team.
Yeah, no, I was trying to think who played for the Wizards. Did Patrick McCaw ever play for him?
No. Okay. And it wouldn't have been before 2019.
Was PJ with the Wizards? Oh, PJ wasn't on that team. I'm tripping.
It wasn't Lynn. Jody Meeks.
Jody Meeks was on the Wizards.
Jody Meeks
was on the Wizards. Jody Meeks was on the Wizards. Okay, good one. Good
shout out
one.
Jody Meeks. Shout out
Good
Jody
one.
Meeks.
He didn't really play a ton on the Raptors.
Yeah, 2018 will be JaVale again. 2017 will be JaVale again. 2016 Cavs.
2016 Cavs.
I think 17 was the last one, right?
2016 Cavs. Anyone play for the Wizards on the 2016 Cavs?
2018, Duke Blaylock said Nick Young.
What?
Oh, yep.
I don't think anyone on the 16 Cavs unless I'm bugging.
Man,
Yeah, I
shout
think
out
it-
to
Maybe
Jody.
stop.
Wait, did no, Mozgov didn't play for the Wizards. He played for the Nets.
He did play for the Wizards.
Mozgov played for the Wizards.
Let me see. Let's check it out.
Might be just getting white bigs messed
Oh
up.
nah, he played for Denver.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I can't think of anyone on the 16 team. My apologies, but we got back to 2016.
The Wizards had some nice role players. It seems like that were just some of them important pieces. Like Otto Porter Jr. I think played a decent role. KCP played big roles on his team. Bobby Portis big role.
Jeff Green did play for the Wizards, but he wasn't on the 16 Cavs.
Yeah, I think there's
Uncle Jeff. Oh, another one from the last year's Nuggets. Jeff Green. Yeah, he was on the Wizards.
Yeah.
Who didn't Jeff Green play for? Jeff Green been around now.
Now he on Houston. Now he on Houston. Who cares?
And then also keep in mind, either way it go. Well, no, that would be the Hornets. I was thinking PJ Washington, but obviously Kristaps Porzingis. If they win, the Celtics get it, and I don't think the Wizards. Daniel Gafford. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hey man, shout out the Wizards, man.
Get him a banner. Get him a banner.
You know, like every team can't be a championship caliber team, and every team can't just be a dynasty, but you can always be great at doing something.
What that tells me is that hey, you want to win a chip, go shopping in Washington. That's what I'm.
Hey, but what if the NBA like put together like a quilt banner for the Wizards? Like it's a quilt. It's patch. It's just a patch from the last 7 championships. And just gave it to the Wizards. Like, man, y'all been putting on for the NBA. Here's your quilt banner for the past 7 seasons.
The owner should do that. Hang it up.
First banner since when? 78?
Yeah. Well, that's what I would do. Like, if I was a team owner, I'll be doing petty shit like that all the time. Like, yeah, let's send this owner something, just some shit like, man, y'all ain't doing nothing over there.
For all those amazing role players, you had John Wall and Bradley Beal during that time period. I'm surprised they didn't go a little further sometimes.
Well, they just weren't the best team in the conference.
Yeah, it's true.
I think they were the second best team in the conference, but they weren't the best team in the conference. So it's just unfortunate. And then John Wall obviously got injured in 18.
Yeah.
So
After that, it was over with.
Derailed everything.
I'm telling you, that Paul Pierce game winner might be my favorite game winner of all time.
When he cool game.
I call game. That's what I'm here for. Oh, that's what I'm here for. Oh man, I love that.
Tito El Bandito said Tatum can put up prime Draymond Green numbers and still beat a team by 20 in the finals. Speaks volumes. Laughing my ass off.
Prime Draymond Green was one of the
best defenders, yeah, for sure. I mean, I do think Tatum, it is going to give more ammo to the Tatum haters if they're able to win this series and he averages, 20 or less just because of how great this team is. Then
he's not going to average 20 or less.
Yeah.
But I don't think Jason Tatum played poorly. I just don't think he was
I don't think he played bad either. Yeah. He
the turnovers were questionable, but like his handle just isn't that good anyway. And you got him initiating off. Like his handle isn't that good. So him getting poked a couple times, I'm not really surprised.
They didn't even.
I think he made some good passes.
Like they didn't even.
They didn't need him to. Yeah, he was fine. He was fine defensively. I think he was very good, and he was a big reason why their scheme worked because he was on the bigs. I think, and rebounding wise, good rebounds, actual good rebounds. So I think he played fine. Now, I mean, like I don't think he played at like, oh my god, Jason Tatum is the best player in the world. But like I think he played a good game, and like the only people who seem to care about Jason Tatum, whether or not he's that good, are the people who will keep losing to Boston. Like I don't think Jason Tatum cares. I don't think anyone in Boston cares that you don't think Jason Tatum. Like the only people who seem to be like, oh well, at least Luka's better than Jason Tatum. Like okay, be better than Jason Tatum. Your team gonna lose.
But y'all do gotta admit that's the luxury though.
Yeah,
of course. That's crazy. But that's how a good basketball team is meant to be. It's not meant to be, hey, if we want to win, we need to just have Jason Tatum carry us. No, it's we want to be in a situation where we don't need to get the best from everyone every single night to win. And that's what Boston have done. They've just done the front office of Boston have done their job to perfection. And their job to perfection means that the Celtics players don't have to play at their best every single night to win.
But Ron, is it really a luxury, Ron? Should it be a luxury to have grown adult professional basketball players play good basketball? Should it be a luxury to have a superstar like Jason Tatum buy into a system? Should that be a luxury? No, I don't think it should. I don't think it is a luxury. I think that's what we should expect more from better from good basketball players. I want superstars to understand that sometimes I need to buy into this system. I might score 20 points tonight, but we're gonna win this basketball game.
Here's my thing though. He didn't buy into the system, and I'm not saying he's not bought in.
Why not?
But I'm saying like he still shot the most shots. It's like it's not
that's
that
so
he took
part
a
of the
step
system.
back. No, I'm saying you're right, but I'm saying it's not like he took a step. You guys make it seem like, oh well, Porzingis had it going today. I'm just not gonna shoot. Jaylen Brown got to go in today. I'm just gonna play defense and facilitate. That's not the case. He was still out there shot chucking. He was still out there turning the ball over.
That is what happened when Porzingis came in the first quarter and he had it going. Jason Tatum wasn't taking shots. Like Jason Tatum definitely did defer to the hot hand early on in the game, and they were up 600. Jason Tatum started taking shots when they were already up 5,000. Now you want to call it stat padding? I don't care.
Okay, there we go. That's what I like to hear. Yeah,
you want to call it stat padding? I don't care. Yeah, if that's what you want to change it to. But when the game was in hand and they realized, oh, Porzingis is the mismatch, they went to KP every single time. That was JT deferring. That was Jaylen Brown deferring. But over the course of the game, he came out with the most shots.
Yeah, that's just a good basketball play, though, right? You find the mismatch.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like that's Boston doing what Boston are meant to do. The only people who are obsessed with these hierarchies and who's the number one option and who's the best player are the fans. Boston just want to win.
Weird, bro. That's weird.
Like, that's the thing. And people are just trying so hard to find something to break this team up or cause divide. That's like, hey, Jaylen Brown's better than JT, or Jaylen Brown's the real number one, or JT's actually the third best player. Like, cool. JT can be the third best player. If they sweep the Mavs, who cares? It's still gonna be, oh, hey, let me take my little victory lap. Jason Tatum's not that good. Okay, cool.
Like, I mean, of course, it's the fans. Like, I agree with you. It's the fans. You know what I noticed? Shout out some Celtics fan I've seen on social media. A lot of them kind of got in line saying that we don't care if Tatum's the guy as long as we win the series. And that's how you should think. If you're a fan of the team, that's how you should think. You should be caring about your team's success over individual players. But let's be very clear. The only reason why a lot of people are bringing this up is because there are people, i.e. a person on this panel, who wants to make it a conversation between Luka and Jason Tatum. And people don't want to hear that. It's like a tired conversation. Like, why are we doing this when we know what it is, right? We already know what it is. So let's just move on from it. Y'all understand that your team is really, really good and just accept that Tatum is not on Luka's level. That's all we want as Luka fans. And the Tatum's a good player. He's just, there's levels to this. That's all.
So genuine question, would you rather Dallas win the series, but Luka and Jason Tatum is a real conversation, or Boston win this series, but you can live with the fact that, oh, Luka clears JT?
Dallas winning for sure. I mean,
he's lying. He's lying.
I'm not lying.
He just lied to you, Mars. He just lied to your face. That's all he wants is people to praise Luka. Just like all these other dudes in the chat that sit here crying every time somebody says something about Luka doing this, Luka doing that. That's all they care about. He just came up here and lied straight to your face, Mars. If I was you, I wouldn't go for that. I wouldn't let him just lie.
I think Ox is projecting onto me right now. I don't know why he's doing that because he's a Luka hater. But shout out Ox for praising Luka's defense earlier.
I'm a Luka hater because I hold Luka accountable for his flaws. And when you are a Luka jockstrap sniffer, you can't accept it, you can't handle it, you can't stand it. He is the perfect basketball player. Why? Because y'all don't like basketball. Y'all don't like basketball. Y'all like the NBA. Y'all are not basketball fans. Y'all don't care about basketball. Y'all don't respect basketball. Y'all like the NBA. Y'all not no real hoop heads. That's the problem. That's the issue. Right there. Just lay it all out on the line. Y'all don't like basketball. Y'all like the NBA. Y'all like this entertainment stuff that they putting on your TV screens that they're force feeding you. That ain't hoop.
But Luka was cooking outside of the NBA, though.
That ain't hoop. He not.
Was you watching him do that?
Of course not. But he was.
WNBA entertainment, man. NBA entertainment.
Oh, for sure. Hey, Luka's offense is great, man. So, same with Jokic. I like basketball. I like offense. And when you're basically a flawless offensive player, I'm gonna like seeing that. I don't know why you mad at us. We like to see great offense.
Flawless,
it is, man.
Flawless? No. Amazing? Great? Certainly, but not flawless. And that's my problem.
That's my problem. Flawless offensively?
You can praise him for being the magician he is with that basketball. On the offensive side of the court, Luka is great, but flawless is not at all. Not flawless. Nobody's flawless on the offense. Nobody. Absolutely. We've never seen a flawless player with the basketball.
All right.
Fellas, speaking of Luka, I want you guys to grade his performance from last night. And I also do want to mention that Luka had a good game yesterday. He didn't really shoot all too well, but this was his stat line. He scored 30 points on 12 of 26 from the field. He had 10 rebounds, had a couple steals. But what was most alarming to me is that he only had 1 assist.
No way. Luka Doncic 1 assist?
Yeah, hold on. Let's look at the
What's most alarming to me is that he was 2 for 5 from the free throw line. But
yeah, I hated the missed free throws. I'm not lying. I hated
okay, so right off the bat, the 1 assist thing. I believe, if I got my numbers right, he had 8 potential assists. I believe 8 is the number. So he just had assists where his teammates just weren't hitting shots. So we got to be careful with the assist numbers.
I just want everyone to know a potential assist is when you pass to someone and they take a shot. Has nothing
and
to do with the shot quality or anything. If you pass to someone and they shoot a 40-foot smothered contested shot,
true. Yeah,
it's a potential assist.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
I just want you guys to know what potential assist means.
I do think also,
are you counting the grenades too?
I mean, look, when you look at that potential assist, not a perfect stat, obviously, but I just think that 1 assist is incredibly flawed. It's not like he wasn't creating opportunities for his teammates. It just so happened that they weren't hitting shots. 2, could he have created more? For sure. But let's not act like he wasn't creating or doing anything. So the 1 assist thing is a little misguided.
Right quick. So Drink More Water said 8 potential assists is still low. And that's
Luka
true.
It is. For Luka, it is. Usually he's in the 12-13 range. Closer to 14.
Are you sure? I'm thinking it's even higher than that.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Because here's the thing: for you to average 8 assists, Luka averaged 8 or 9 assists on the season. You're expecting people to miss shots. It doesn't matter if they're butt naked, wide open corner threes. People are gonna miss shots. People shoot on average. What's the average from 3? 37%.
37%. In the playoffs, Luka's averaging 14.5 potential assists a game. So 8 or whatever isn't great. And in the regular season, it was 17.
Hey, look, shout out to Boston defense. Boston defense.
But I also when I'm watching these role players, a lot of the times they would have not a wide open shot like usual, but it was still open enough to take the shot and they weren't shooting. I'm like Kleber is a perfect example. He just wasn't shooting the ball at all. He would catch open, pass the ball. He was open. He just wouldn't shoot the ball. And
Luka Doncic was 5th in potential assists.
It could be that for Maxi.
You said what, Ox?
It could be Maxi's shoulder. He might be hesitant to want to shoot it.
But then I think you got to get him off the floor.
That's what I'm saying. That's he has to get off the floor.
For sure.
Defensively, I think he was actually okay, but
but what about that though? Because I mean, Maxi is one of their better defenders in my opinion. I think he's one of their better defenders. So if he's reluctant to shoot that 3 ball, does he have to sit?
I think you got to figure something out because I get the value he's bringing defensively, especially when they started heavy switching and they went small. But if he's not gonna look at the rim offensively, you're shrinking the floor even more. And what Boston are doing is that they're leaving Luka one-on-one, but they're shrinking every driving lane, and then they're just closing out. But if you don't have to close out to Maxi, that just makes everything so much easier because he's getting the ball and he's looking to dribble handoff or he's looking to try pass the ball and he's not even trying to be a threat. And I don't think you can win with something like that on offense. And that despite everything he's bringing defensively. And I think that's just where the game is right now. 15 years ago, yeah, maybe you can have someone like that on the floor because not every team had 5 offensive threats. But I think you need that now. But Luka was 5th in potential assists in the game last night. So it wasn't
I'm assuming the Boston players.
Well, yeah, he was first on that list. Yeah, but it was Jason Tatum had 14 potential assists. So if we want to Jason Tatum, hey, could have had a triple-double. Al Horford had 12. Al Horford had 12 potential assists. Drew Holiday had 9, and Jaylen Brown had 8. And then it's Luka with 7. And then no one else on Dallas had more than 3.
I still think Luka was playmaking. Not at his normal level, because in the first half, I agree with Ticket. He wasn't being aggressive enough. for me. Then third quarter came off, and he almost helped single-handedly bring them back all the way to even it out. But there was just a lot of plays for Josh Green, PJ Washington, Tim Hardaway. Yes, Tim Hardaway, where they had an open look, but they didn't trust themselves and they didn't shoot the ball. And if they're going to hesitate, that's not going to help out Luka or Kyrie, to be honest. So that's a big thing for the next series. They just got to shoot. They got to shoot the ball. I don't care if they're not great shooters. We all know this, but they have to shoot the ball.
And Luka, when Al Horford is on you, switched on you, you drive. You don't take a step back when Al Horford is switched on you. I mean,
it's hard to drive when every driving lane is plugged. Now Luka is going to drive more. Like the game plan to stop Luka isn't just shrink the lane and force him to pass. If that was the game plan, teams would have figured that out 5 years ago. That's not the game plan. But it can be effective in making Luka take more shots than he probably wants and limiting the playmaking, which I think, once again, Joe Mazzulla, very good coach. Like, but
that Boston defense was no joke. Boston defense was no joke. Like you said, getting in the lane so he can't drive to the rim, 100%. And even Kyrie making every finish tough, even though we're used to seeing Kyrie kind of finish these tough baskets, they seemed extra tough against his Boston defense.
Yeah, that's the thing. Luka and Kyrie have some of the biggest shot difficulty in the league already. Yeah. So if you can just make them take tougher shots, which they can make, like Luka's gonna score a lot because he's Luka, and Kyrie is gonna have efficient nights because he's Kyrie. But over the course of a series, if you can just make someone take a bunch of difficult shots and not give them easy ones, I think you live with the results. If Luka beats you on the most ridiculous shot dive we've ever seen, 2010 Kobe style against the Suns, tip your hat to greatness at that point. Tip your hat to greatness, because there's only so much you can take away. You can't take away him shooting, but you can take away him taking easy ones. And if you're doing that and he still makes them, it wasn't meant to be.
But to your point, Mars and Jalen, there's also a lot of plays where he actually had someone in jail, like he usually does. It was around the free throw line, right inside the paint. And I'm not gonna lie, this is the Porzingis effect. He hesitated quite a few times because he didn't know if he wanted to shoot it or lob it. And Porzingis made it very tough. I'm not gonna lie, Porzingis made it very tough for Luka to make a decision. I think next game he's gonna go like, screw it, I'm going to score the ball instead of looking for the pass, because Porzingis is staying right there.
Kyrie and Luka did not lob as much as the last season.
They weren't available.
Exactly, 100%. They weren't available.
Yeah, they weren't.
Heading to Boston defense. Those easy buckets weren't there.
Well, that's what I was saying a lot about last series. Like, yeah, where the help side is going to be, what the big man does, if they give up the lob, however they do it, is a big deal. But ball pressure, you know what I'm saying, from other guys, Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, ball pressure is a big deal about being able to make passes. So if I could be playing defense on the wing and my guy can beat me back door, but if you're playing good enough defense on the ball, making it hard for him to pass, making it hard for him to do it, you could protect me from getting beat back door. You know what I'm saying? Like that pass, it's a lot. I think it has a lot to do with the ball pressure you're getting from the guards in Boston. It's not going to just be easy to just throw that ball up and do whatever you want to do. It's a lot to it, as well as, you know, the bigs, you know, being in proper position. So.
I want to once again shout out our Hall of Fame members. Shout out Kendall Daniels. And also shout out my man Dorian Clayton. You guys are not just Hall of Famers, you're GOATs as well. I got a couple more member super chats, so we're gonna go ahead and read these off right now.
GOAT Friday, man. I mean, what is it?
Hall of Fame Fridays.
Hall of Fame Friday.
It is. Kendall hit me, but he said he can't pull up today, so we're working on getting Kendall to come through next week. Dorian Clayton, whenever you're ready, my man, pull up. All right. NV has been a member for 9 months. He said he's Q's TV. Mavs are done. Thieves shot bad and still won.
It feels like we do that after every playoff game. What? Like a team wins and it's, oh well, how is this team ever going to be able to overcome this? They're not gonna lose. They're gonna win the series. And then next game, Dallas. Let's say Dallas come out and win. Oh, they had the adjustments. How's Boston going to counter this? Oh my God, Boston to finish. Mavs in 5. Like every time a team wins a game, it's like, oh well, now they're going to win the series. They can never lose again because they figured this out. And then it turns out, oh wow, these teams can counter what teams do, and all of a sudden, it's a series. Like, maybe just stop overreacting to every game.
Yeah, and I hate to be the guy go like watch the game, but there's no way you're gonna go like Celtics shot bad, and we all watched the first half of the Celtics play basketball. Like I don't like. What are we doing? Yes, the second half they shot bad. The first half they were shooting generation, like they were making everything. Like come on. It's ridiculous.
Typically, I'd agree with you guys. I would agree with you guys.
I still think Boston's gonna win. But...
Yeah, I just think there's a obvious gap.
But I thought this series was over before it started.
Right.
This
has nothing to do with yesterday. I think yesterday just kind of just confirms what I'm already thinking. Like this, I just think the Celtics are that much better, and it comes from the third to sixth guy. The third to sixth guy on both teams is the gap is huge. The gap
so
is
like
huge.
from Jason Tatum down, right?
yeah.
And that's the crazy part, Mars. If it is from Jason Tatum to Peyton Pritchard, then it's nothing to talk about. Like there's nothing to talk about. But yeah. Or my bad. Al Horford. Yeah.
Jay Does It has been a member for 6 months. Jay said that JB and Tatum have always tried to outshine each other for years.
Healthy competition. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I don't see it being anything wrong with that either. And honestly, I believe Jaylen Brown has the right to feel like he's the best player on his team. And he has the right to feel like he's the best basketball player on the floor every time he steps on the floor. He has a right. Like, you guys understand how competitive basketball is. You know, have to have that
athletes
type of
always want to
psychological
think they're the
edge.
best. Yeah. Athletes always want to think they're the best. Like I'm sure Killian Hayes went out there in the league and was like, "Hey man, I'm better than these guys." He just wasn't, but he believed it, and that's why you need irrational confidence as an athlete. You don't make it to that level without being what's the words? Low key crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, at a young age, when things start to get competitive, though, like the players like that are taught. If you got good basketball mentors, if you got good coaches, you're taught. You're not supposed to be out here playing second fiddle to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Now that don't mean play bad basketball. That don't mean force up shots. That means when you catch the ball, don't be acting scared looking for him. You're capable of doing everything he's capable of. This player might be superior to you in all around basketball, but you're not supposed to be out here deferring to them all stops of the game. Go get yours because they're going to get theirs, and a good coach is going to facilitate it for everybody to eat.
And on top of that, contrary to what a lot of y'all might admit, Jaylen Brown's a lot closer to Jason Tatum than you guys are giving credit for.
Yeah, he's better.
And it's been like that since Jason Tatum first got on the team. Like Jaylen, it's been nights where Jaylen Brown has clearly outperformed Jason Tatum. It's been nights where Jaylen Brown's been their best player. And also, it's been practices where Jaylen Brown then got at Jason Tatum. And then went home, ate his dinner, kicked his feet up on the couch like, Jason Tatum really can't fuck with me. It be like that. They like to play once. It had been days where Jaylen Brown gave it to Jason Tatum. And obviously vice versa, but I'm saying Jaylen Brown deserves every right to feel like he's as good as he is. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. And Jason Tatum, obviously, he should feel the same way too. And then at the end of the day, you got two alpha males on the team, and y'all both go out and perform. Or take a night off and let the other one have his shine, like they typically do.
Hey man, I'm with it. Jaylen Brown been moving me ever since he said he wants to be in more dunk contests. I'm not gonna lie. Not being good at dunk contests and still want to be in the dunk contest. That's that dog right there. I'm here for it, man.
I hated the hate that Jaylen Brown got for being in that dunk contest because nobody else wanted to do it. He came and then he put on for the young brother that went to Kentucky that passed away. You know what I'm saying? Then he did the thing with the streamer. You know what I'm saying? Putting on for the new age guys. You know what I'm saying? It was a cultural thing. Like I think that was big love from Jaylen Brown.
Like, how are you going to complain that stars don't go in the dunk contest? A star goes in the dunk contest, and then you're going to crap on him. That don't make any sense.
You haven't realized fans are the problem?
I know, yeah. It's
when they say stars, they're talking about LeBron James.
That's true.
Yeah.
But then if LeBron James would have went out and did what Jaylen Brown did, it would have just been, hey, this is why MJ to go.
Yeah. Nothing for LeBron to gain in that dunk contest. He could have done something amazing. Would have been like, all right, it wasn't that good.
Hey, MJ dunked from the free throw line.
Killer Cam has been a member for 9 months. Cam said JT didn't play the best, but to be fair, the Mavs were loading up on him crazy. I think they may have to switch up this game plan and make JT beat them rather than loading so heavily on him. Pause.
Yeah, well, he can do that. So
I mean, I just think this Boston team is going to be balanced at a lot of games. It's going to be more than one guy. It's not going to be a situation where JT is going to drop 40 and carry you to a win. I just think this Boston team is built better than kind of needing one guy to save him in a game on most nights.
And I think it's funny because I think this Boston team is questioning people's like belief of how basketball or the NBA has worked for so long. Like the saying of, can this guy be the best player on a championship team? And like the belief has always been, in order to win a championship, your best player has to be a generational or like a Jokic, Giannis, Steph, LeBron type. And like the 04 Pistons are an exception or whatever, or like the 14 Spurs are an exception. Like the way teams are built, like your best player doesn't need to be Giannis. Your team just has to be really good. Like this, I've changed my mind on that recently. I used to have the belief that, can this guy be the best player on the championship team? And then I was thinking about it. A lot of people, if you just build the team right, they can be the best player on a team that can win a championship. And there's players who never won a championship who I think could easily be the best player on the championship team. The team just wasn't built right. Now, building the team right is a difficult thing. And for some people, it's easier than others to build the team around. Like, it's easier to build a championship team with LeBron than it would be with Jason Tatum, obviously, because you just don't need as much for LeBron. But you can still build one with Jason Tatum. You could probably build one around Jalen Brunson, and then everyone's going to say Becky Hammond was wrong. But not really. You just get enough good defenders and another secondary scorer. There's a situation where a team like the Knicks could win a championship. Now, you still need the fortune of injuries and all of those things to go your way. But you can build a championship team around a lot of people in the NBA.
I agree with you.
The times have changed. Back in the day, it was more, we need this guy, because it was more hero ball. It was less structured. Not structured. It was more hero ball. It was more, we need to get the ball to our best player who's going to break down the defense and all those things. But now, I mean, with how heavy it is in terms of schematics, and we want to get this guy in this spot at this time and all of those things, it's not really about your individual talent. It's more about the scheme and all of those things.
Is Boston the exception, though?
That's what I'm gonna say.
I don't think Boston's an exception. I think it's true for the NBA. I think it's true in the NBA. Now, ideally, you build a great team around an elite player, but I think you can win without having the transcendent players.
You can win without a top five team.
No, I agree to that. But Mars, do you think this team, this Celtics team, in terms of, I agree with what you're saying, but I do think this Boston team in particular is an exceptional case. I think the amount of talent they have right now from 1 through 5, I mean, even if you want to bring in Al Horford as the sixth man, is just an exceptional case in general. Everything kind of went their way. Obviously, JT was there, and then they traded for Porzingis. Derek White ascended, and somehow they got Drew Holiday. So everything kind of went their way, and then they made this really, really like exceptional squad. But ultimately, you can build a finals team with basically any star. I agree to that.
Well,
if you do it right.
I'm not saying it's just as easy to build a championship team around Jason Tatum, or if you want to say Jaylen Brown, I don't care, versus Michael Jordan. But what I am saying is, just because someone hasn't won a championship as the best player doesn't mean they couldn't. That's part one. And also part two is, just because it's harder with someone else doesn't mean it's impossible. I think it's hard, like this Boston team, borderline impossible for other teams to replicate, because the luck they've had in trades and how good they've drafted, it's hard to replicate that. But it's possible. It's possible to build a championship team around Anthony Edwards right now. The Minnesota Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards was the best player on the Timberwolves. They were a championship level team. Now, they didn't win it. They lost to Dallas, matchups and all of those things, that it happens. But Anthony Edwards is not of the level of a Jokic, Giannis, LeBron, Steph, those guys. And they were a championship level team. So, like, I don't think it's about, is this player good enough to be the lead player in the championship team? If you build the team right, I think there's a lot of people who are. I just think it's the worse that player is, the harder it is to build the team. So I guess the question is, how easy is it to build a championship team around this person? I think that's what the question should be, not is it possible? Because I think it's possible for a lot of people, especially today.
Is Ron back? He looks frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen. We just gonna wait. We're gonna sit in silence.
What is?
He's
like the balance out.
Okay, I gotta read some super chats. Okay, bear with me. Let me go. We got a super chat from, who do we have a super chat from? Bob Wick. He said, "Why does it have to be a jealousy thing? The young ball was just in his head, and it left him beat in his head. It happens sometimes.
Talk about?
Yeah, I think you're talking about JT. I think. Talking about
Wait, so
Jason
JT
Tatum.
Gotta be.
It could be a pride thing. I think jealousy is the wrong word. Pride is a better word. And pride in yourself, thinking that you're better than you should be, or thinking that you're better than what you're doing right now. I think that's a better word than jealousy.
Right. Because you can, and that's I'm 100% with you on that. I think that's definitely what it is. Like, if I'm not playing well and we're winning, I'm gonna be happy that we won the game, but I'm still gonna feel like I could have done more. I'm gonna feel like, yeah, I could play better. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, to me, when you blow out a team and win by essentially 20 points, it's just I'm not looking too much at it. You won by 20 points. You're not going to have necessarily the greatest game ever winning by 20 points. You know what I mean? You're not going to have a 35, 10-10. Usually, when you beat a team by 20 points, usually means your teammates play well. As a whole team, you guys all just played well. So, again, do people think Jason didn't play bad? Like, he didn't play bad. It's crazy to think that he did play bad.
It depends on the standard you hold him to. If you think he's a top 5 player, he didn't have a top 5 player game.
Oh, for sure not.
I mean, like I've seen Denver blow out team. The Jokic has like a 16, 8, and 6. You know what I mean? But they blew out the team. So it's like, all right, I understand why those numbers are what they are. He didn't need to have a 40.
Yeah, but beyond the box score, Jason Tatum's not matching up to Jokic. But I mean, I guess that you factor in the defense and how impactful he was to their scheme and all of those things. I think Jason Tatum played well, but then you say those things like, oh, so you're just saying Jason Tatum's a role player. I mean, like,
he kind of was.
Everyone has a role. Like, I don't know. So everyone.
I've seen times with Cleveland when Kyle Korver, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, they're all hitting shots. LeBron's not going to have a huge game. Still fine. It's just when your teammates are hitting shots, you let them.
But like, it's different for like LeBron and Jokic, obviously, because of playmaking value. We know, and who's the best defender on the court, also for like someone like a LeBron. Whereas like in the Celtics, Tatum was playmaking. I'm gonna say this. He was playmaking. I think it was good. I'm gonna say good. I'm not gonna discredit it. I think it was good playmaking. But in terms of the offensive value, that probably 100% was Porzingis in the first half, Jaylen Brown in the third quarter. And in terms of defensive impact, Jaylen Brown was the best defensive player on the Celtics for sure. And then Porzingis for sure.
Better than Porzingis?
First half, Porzingis.
Okay.
Overall game, Jaylen Brown. So that's why those two are just like over.
Jaylen Brown did have that crazy block on, who was it, Derrick Jones at the rim?
It was Josh Green and Derrick Jones, I think.
Gotcha.
I'm like, bro, stop going up on Porzingis. It's not working. It's just
this is Boston are really good, but hey, man, people gonna be saying, "Oh, Jason Tatum's the best in the world" because he was the best player on the championship team, and I'm gonna be like, okay, buddy.
Yeah, I'm not.
Kristen Williams just sent a $5 super chat with no message. I appreciate it, Kristen Williams. Jason Santana said Kyrie is averaging 20 against the Celtics in the last 6 regular season games on bad shooting splits. How are we assuming he will just score 30?
I mean, the 6 games in a row is interesting, if that is the case.
It's going back like what, 2 seasons?
Yeah, okay, 2 seasons. Obviously, different situations. I'm just going to give him the benefit of the doubt because of what we've seen and understand who Kyrie is, that he's probably going to have a 30-point game or a couple at some point in this series. So I'm going to just give him that benefit of the doubt. But look, if he struggles again, I get it. Jrue Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Porzingis, Tatum. That's a crazy 5 defensively.
It's all right.
Yeah, but Kyrie still had opportunities to make a play. Sometimes he was forcing it. We saw that. Sometimes he was open and just missing. We saw that as well. I think he'll pick his matchups a lot better in terms of next game coming up.
Liam. Oh, Ron's here. Never mind. Ron, read Superchats.
Did he leave or you kicked him out? No,
I'm trying to get him to do his job. I'm trying to get him to do his job.
Just trying to
hey, man, I'm trying to take a Friday off, man. It's Friday. I'm trying to kick it, you know.
You got it, man. You got it.
All right. Hall of Famer Dorian Clayton sent through the super chat. He said, Ox, who are your top 5 NBA big men of all time? Jalen, who are LeBron's top 5 teammates of all time? Mars, what are your top 3 NBA finals from 2001, 2002 finals to last year's finals? Start with you, Ox.
He got the most out of his super chat. Shout out to Dorian.
That's what happens when you're a Hall of Famer. That's why you should up your membership tier from the rookie level to the Hall of Fame level because it just make you better.
He got three super chats in one. Shout out to Dorian.
Let me think. I mean, that's pretty easy though. Like that's pretty simple. But with bigs though, that means I can include power forwards.
Yeah.
Wait, did it say best or my favorite?
Best. The top five all time.
Top five.
Yeah,
okay. Damn. Okay. Well, still, I'm gonna go. Kareem, Shaq, and Hakeem. Tim Duncan and Kevin McHale.
I thought you were going to say Kevin Garnett, but I'm not mad at it.
I swear you was going to say Kevin Garnett.
I thought you were going to say Al Horford, but hey.
You put another Boston guy.
Kevin McHale, okay.
Yeah. For top 5 LeBron teammates, that's pretty easy. It's going to go with Dwayne Wade, Bosh, Kyrie, Anthony Davis, and Kevin Love. I think that probably would be his top 5 teammates. Now, let's just say his top 5, guys that fit really well. I'm gonna give you a little extra. Shout out for the super chat. We're gonna give you an extra top 5 guys who just kind of fit really well next to him. I think Kyle Korver, that's one. I thought Anthony Parker was really solid for him. I think Anthony Parker was that guy. Solid mid-range game for him. I already gave the top 5 best players, but top 5 guys that fit really well next to him: Kyle Korver, Anthony Parker.
Just some shooters, right?
I want to see the other guys. Who else fit really well next?
Missing
to
a guy that saved his legacy, man. You're missing him.
I mean, it's just he's not. I'm not gonna. I'm talking about role players that's really stepped up.
Shane Battier.
Shane Battier, that's a good one. Yeah, Shane.
Thank you, Morris. Yeah. That's the one right there.
Shane Battier. Channing Frye. Like, he was cool, but he's not in this list.
Are you not gonna say Ray Allen?
Yes,
he was here. He would be on your Indian ass for not saying Ray Allen right now. After he saved that boy's career.
I'm trying to think of these role players. Like, I don't understand. At that point, he was more of a role player too, but he's just a big name. I'm trying to think of role player guys. Who else that was really solid with LeBron, or kind of played their best with LeBron? That's a role player. And 2 more. It's Cleveland years. I mean, J.R. Smith, I guess. It was solid. Shout out J.R. Smith. And then one more. Who's the guy? And you know what? No, I'm not going to say Tristan Thompson. No, he was just a product of LeBron for me a lot of times. Shout out Matthew
Anderson Varejao was a good one.
Oh, that's Anderson Varejao.
Wait, what was your top 5 though? I missed it.
Oh, top 5 was just Dwayne Wade, Bosh, Kyrie, Anthony Davis, Love. It was pretty simple.
Yeah. Hey, Jen, aren't you a Sri Lankan?
Yeah, I am. These guys just say Indian.
So Ron's racist. Okay, got it.
Ox knows.
Wanted to make sure.
Ox, Sri Lankan in the building.
I heard that too, and I didn't want to ask because I didn't want to get my host in trouble. But
hey, HR, we got that top, man. Where's HR at?
Yeah, see, boys, I'm not with that. Damn, I'm calling him out.
Mars, can we get your top 3 finals?
From 2000 2001. Damn, there weren't that. None of them really. 2010. 2004 was good. 2004 was good.
First Pistons, right?
No, that's 05. That's just the Manu Ginobili. That's the Manu Ginobili series, but 04 Pistons Lakers was cool.
No 2016 love.
I think that's the most overrated series of all time.
I'm with that too. Yeah, I think that series is overrated too.
2021 was a very good series. Yeah, I'll go 2021. Why not? 08, no, 010, 2010, 2004, 2021. Those are the ones I'll go with.
Okay.
All right, Dorian. There you have it. Appreciate you for sending that super chat through. And also shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Shout out to all my lovely Sri Lankans in the world too. You guys are a beautiful race of people. Hey, also too, what I do want to point out is
2014. That was good. Sorry.
Don't you guys think it's been pretty mellow today?
Mellow.
Like in the chat? Other than Ticket having a couple spouts and whatnot, I ain't really been seeing the goofies turn up in the chat today. Which further leads me to believe y'all show up just to troll chill.
Yeah.
Buddy, where you been? I ain't seen Buddy all day. I ain't seen Brax. James B ain't been around. That's crazy.
Maybe they only pop up with something crazy you said.
that-
They cool. Maybe they just agree today. with a lot of
Like
things.
that shit is really sick though. Like you need a psychological evaluation.
Now, Adam wants to talk about we busy, Ron. All of a sudden, on
That's
this Friday, the
crazy.
chill's
Nah,
not
that's
here. Y'all busy.
crazy.
Okay.
That's crazy. But if you wake up to pester chill for 3 hours straight, bro, you need a psychological evaluation, bro, for real. Look, there go James B right there.
Hey, James B. Yes, in the building.
W troll,
Pester's
man.
crazy. Not
That's what they
bother,
do.
not
It's
irk, not even troll. Pester.
With that being said, though, it's Chill's fault because Chill let him Chill crack and let him know that they was getting to him, and now it's never gonna stop. It's never gonna stop.
Oh, for sure. You can't
Shout out.
acknowledge a troll. You can't do it.
Like these like it's like you got that big cousin that when you was little you used to just be on them all the time. That's what the chat is to Chill because he let them know that it bothers them a little bit. Now they'll never let up. Shout out to the chat though. I still love the chat. Whether y'all pester and chill or not, I'll fucks with y'all.
W chat.
James B said, Ron, I dare you to do a finals game on playback. I might not do one, but just know game 2 on playback will be Chill Town. So you guys be there, be square. All right. Another super chat from Lieben Ahmed. He's been a member for 8 months. He said, Mars, what do you think Boston did to cut off the lob so effectively, and how can Lively and Gafford get free offensively?
Oh yeah, I spoke about it a bit at the start. Jason Tatum on the bigs, Porzingis when he came in, or Al Horford at the start. He's on Derrick Jones, who they are living with shooting. And then in that case, when they play pick and roll, they're able to switch everything when it's not the big involved, and then they're able to play drop because they're shrinking off the weak side corner, and JT's staying attached, so the lob isn't becoming available because they're not even having the big set the screens because Jason Tatum comes up and he just switches, which is what was meant to take away those lobs in the first place, is switching. So the counter, in my opinion, is staggered screens with you bring Porzingis' man or Horford's man, Derrick Jones, he'll set the initial screen. Then Jason Tatum will come up with Gafford or whoever to set the second screen. And because Derrick Jones is such an athlete, you can probably get something towards the rim just with having both of them in the action because Porzingis is going to drop anyway. So I don't know how you initiate that. You also got to clear out the weak side, which Jason Kidd does a fine job doing anyway. So something to do with staggers in some capacity. Or they did a thing where they'll get Jason Tatum to come up and set the screen and they'll switch because that's what they do. And then they'll come up with Porzingis' man and you'll have Porzingis and Tatum in the pick and roll. You could do that too, but I'm assuming Boston will just end up pre-switching. But that's things they can do, which is why the series isn't over, I guess. But I think Joe Mazzulla can counter these things.
I bet you it's a lot of people out there, specifically these Dallas Maverick fans that'll take Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford over a guy like Rudy Gobert just simply because of hate in their heart.
Yeah, that's
simply because of hate.
Right.
And the thing about and the thing about it is you see these two guys can't get any lob passes and they're completely ineffective.
But they both still shot 100% from the field. So, like I said, they will shoot above 70%. They will shoot above 70%.
That's a fact. They're gonna do that, but they're both completely ineffective. Made no impact on the game.
I gotta call out Dub too. That says Dub said that Lively and Gafford are playing better with Luka or playing better on the Mavs than Porzingis did. I don't think
Jalen, tell him to pop back up or send us. Tell him to pop back up and send a super chat.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's just the overreaction.
You're giving him free airtime. That's the same man who's talking about short roll, ignoring the fact that Boston switch and that takes away short rolls. But like, it's cool. Like, just let people talk.
The overreaction though to Lively and Gafford. Again, they're playing great with Luka and they're doing their jobs, but we have to realize they're not Porzingis or Gobert. You know,
look in the chat. They already capping. Lively doesn't get paid a max. That's because he's not as good as Rudy Gobert. Well, I mean, obviously because he's a rookie.
And Lively will never get a max. He will never get a max.
Yeah, Lively probably won't get a max unless the offense comes along to a level.
Hold on. Let's not discount Lively yet.
Give the kid 6 seasons, 5-6 seasons. We never know what can happen.
That's what I'm saying. Lively on defense is undeniable. We already know he's a really good.
He'll never be as good as Rudy Gobert though.
And let Rodell tell you he already better. So.
I mean, whatever.
Yeah, but that comes from a place of hate.
No, I just think Rudy Gobert is overrated. I already said this, but
because you hate him.
No, it's not overrated. I just see his game like I don't see what everybody else is seeing. That's just it. It is what it is. But Lively, like I think Lively is going to be a great defender moving forward. I mean, he's already a really good defender now. Is he better than Gobert now? I won't say that, but I think he will 100% be better than Gobert. I'm gonna stamp that right now. Lively is good. I think he's also good in space. Obviously, he's not going to guard consistently, but I think he does that a pretty good job considering how tall he is. And on offense, he's already a pretty good playmaker. I think Lively is obviously the best playmaking center. He's better than Gafford. He just needs better touch, obviously. And sometimes when he catches it on that little on that low post, he needs to get more physical. He needs to use his strength so he can get himself a good layup, good dunk. He has the size. So there's stuff he needs to work on, but he's 19.
But you don't think if Gobert plays with Luka Doncic, he's not giving you like 20 and 10, 18 and 10?
20?
No. Yeah, 20 is aggressive. 20 is aggressive. I think, hold on. I think you played with Luka. He's getting at least probably 4 dunks, 8 points a game on dunks, couple easy layups. I'm thinking like 18. Yeah, I'm saying like, I think it's easy. 16, 18, probably more. What do you average this year?
What if he gets a little mid-range jumper?
Rudy averaged 14, I think.
14?
Gobert doesn't have the same type of hands and verticality as Gafford and Lively.
Rudy can
finish at the rim.
He can dunk it at the rim. Yeah, you give him wide open dunks. He can do that.
He's making wide open.
You throw the lobs that Gafford and Lively get. Hell no, he's not doing any of that.
He's not getting the ones Gafford gets. He could get the ones Lively.
Everything Lively catches.
Lively catches it really high though. Like
sure, but Luka will make the adjustment. He won't catch it as high, maybe, but he's still getting those same lobs and he's still getting those easy buckets like wide open.
Sure. I mean, they're still gonna put 2 on the board with Luka.
I can't believe we're having this conversation right now. They're not even in the same
playmaker. The thing about Gafford is he will attack the rim. Sometimes he'll convert, and he'll be. Gafford's a better attacking at the rim than Gobert. And then if you have to play make, Lively's better at that. Gobert is bad at both.
Playmaking.
So I'm not.
We're talking about playmaking between these guys.
Derek Lively is a nice passer. He is.
Yeah.
He's nice.
Passer. I always use playmaking. I know passer. He's a good passer.
They're not making any impact on the game like that, bro.
No.
The Rudy Gobert hate and disrespect
is not hate, bro. It's just
I think
it's overrated, bro.
He's the best screen setter of all 3 of them by far.
I give you that. I'll give you that. Well.
All right, y'all. I'm running a poll right now. I said which one? L James B, L Allen L Brax, and L Host.
I guess this one's running away with it.
Well, of the eligible candidates, because I don't really count on that because I'm not in the chat. James B is running away with this. So shout out to James B for
ignoring that L Host has 55%.
James B the biggest goofy.
56 now.
Man.
57 now.
Well, I mean, if y'all gonna do it, like at least get me up to 75%. But on another note, Dub, the money man, said Dub panel, Dub chat, L Balco Eyes ticket.
59% now. Oh, 58.
What's Balco Eyes?
I don't even know. I know Balco was like
he on that Balco.
Balco was a steroid place for baseball players. I got there.
He on that Balco.
Are you saying that ticket has crazy eyes? Is that what you're trying to say?
Okay. He on that Balco.
He on that Balco.
All right, y'all. Alan L said, so Ron and Ox are racist. Shaking my head. Dub Celtics, Dub Mavs, L Ox, L Dub Sterling.
Facts.
Oh, Sterling. What did you put a Sterling last name? How did Ox get thrown in with the racist?
Yeah, I don't know what Ox did, but
because he's the one who told me he was Indian.
He fixed his own mistake on our camera.
Yeah.
I see you pulled the reverse card.
Hey, Mars.
Is it yes or no?
Okay. Yeah, yes or no? Is it?
Yes.
It's some traditions that we can't let die. And that's one of them I refuse to let die. So, all right. Steven Taylor said Luka had 1 assist to 7 potential. Tatum had 5 assists to 14 potentials. Tatum, the guy whose team cost him assist. Don't fit the narrative, though.
What? What is he trying to say?
I think Boston as a whole.
He's trying to say that Tatum had more potential assists than Luka. So if we're going to say Luka could have had 7 assists, you would also say Jason Tatum could have had 14. Potential assists is a stupid stat.
I agree. But I mean, nobody's saying Tatum was like not making plays for people. I think we all recognize that. He was doing it.
Yeah, but he been crying in the chat for like 45 minutes saying that Ron ignored his super chat because it doesn't fit the agenda. Like he just made some huge revelation. Wow.
Liam came through with the super chat too. Maybe this might be the revelation we're all looking for. He said Kobe 2010 Game 7, most important rebound. Also, LeBron could have called a timeout after the JR rebound if he knew they had one, but he folded.
I'm 99% certain Pau Gasol's rebounds were more valuable than Kobe's in that game.
Without a doubt.
But whatever. I mean, 2010 Game 7 is interesting to me because people have found a way to like make it seem like Kobe just didn't have a bad game. Like, I think it's fine. I think it's fine to say Kobe had a bad game. Like, he didn't have a great game for Kobe standards. Like, he found other ways to impact the game. But if
Still a bad game.
If that game swings by 2 possessions, everyone's saying Kobe folded, which once again I think is still stupid. But like, just because a player won or a team won doesn't mean the guy didn't have a bad game. I don't think Kobe played great. I think he had a pretty rough game and started getting to the free throw line in the 4th. And if you're moved by his defensive rebounds, I mean, yeah, they were good. But I think Pau Gasol's rebounds were a lot more impactful because that game was won on the offensive glass and Pau Gasol was killing on the offensive glass in that game.
I think Pau Gasol is a very strong case to be found MVP in that series. But I think Pau Gasol was amazing that series.
And yes, Kobe was injured. Yes, I'm aware he had a broken finger. I believe. I'm 1,000%, 100% agreeing on that. But that doesn't change the fact that you could play bad. Once again, me saying someone played bad doesn't mean there's no reason for them playing bad. And me saying Kobe had a broken finger isn't an excuse for playing bad. It's just a fact. And I think Kobe also just took some bad shots in the game. Yeah, that's Kobe things. Sometimes he makes them and it's, oh my God. And then sometimes he misses them and it's, oh, he shot 25%. So, like, it's cool. Like, it happens. They still won and Kobe was still the best player on the team by far. But we don't need to lie and act like he had a great game. He was okay at best.
You think he was better than Pau that series? No, do you think
I'm not having Kobe fans get mad at me for no reason. So I think Kobe getting Finals MVP is valid. I think Kobe, the defensive attention he was drawing that whole series is what opened things up for everyone else because they tried to defend him similarly to how they did in 08, but Kobe made better reads throughout the series. So yeah, I'm not shocked. Pau shot 6 for 20. Yeah, everyone shot poorly. That's why
it was a low scoring game.
I think both teams shot below 40%. So like, cool. But that's why I said Pau's offensive rebounds were a big deal because offensive rebounds was what was winning the game because you just got extra possessions. But yeah, I think Kobe just drawing all that defensive attention, opening things up for people, is why I think he was still as valuable as he was. And defensively, I still think he did a good job on people like Rondo and stuff. So, yeah.
And LeBron and the Cavs, sure, they could have called a timeout. The coach, LeBron, the whole team.
Are we going to skip by the most glaring part of that chat?
What was it?
Where you said LeBron could have called a timeout, but he folded?
I mean, technically, LeBron could have called a timeout.
Yeah, he could have, 100%.
Anyone on the team can call a timeout.
That's what I'm saying, though. Yeah, why would we just run to LeBron and be like, oh, LeBron?
Because it's LeBron. Like, they're not going to be like, oh my God, why didn't Tristan Thompson call a timeout? Like, they're not going to do that. Like, LeBron is still the face of the league. Like, they were talking about Dan Hurley to the Lakers before the finals was about to start. You know how much, like, come on, man. Like, let's be honest. Like, we know that this is still LeBron's league. Like, everything you want clicks, you talk about LeBron. Anything you want to talk about LeBron, you're going to get views. Like, LeBron is the face of the league. So you make anything about LeBron, you're going to get more attention than if you don't. So shout out to you. You understand the game.
Well, I know game 2's on Sunday, but
I'll say, Ron, put LeBron
on Monday. If you manage to make LeBron get in the thumbnail some way, somehow, people will be in here. More people will be in
here. If you need a way to do that, people are talking about how Kyrie wanted LeBron to join the Mavs, and then the whole thing about the Mavs drafting Bronny James. So if you need a little LeBron on the Mavs type, there you go, man.
Between Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be a whole new LeBron story.
Dallas lose game 2. Luka Doncic is not the next LeBron James. All of a sudden, 3,000 people in here. Like that's what's going to happen.
Oh man,
can't wait to make that the thumbnail. But until then, SMN R&DM sent through a super chat. He said the same thing happened in the Clippers and OKC games. Both down 20 plus before halftime, so no need to panic. However, Celtics are better equipped to keep going.
They did play bad in both game ones of the end. Although game one against the Clippers was because the Clippers shot like 50% from three. So that's outlier shooting.
Well,
so that was like
really bad from three this first game.
Second half, yeah. First half, they were like 41% on high volume. So it slowed down when the game was already in hand. They were chilling. Although there were some concerns about what Boston were doing in the third quarter, but because they won, we don't really talk about them. But there were some concerns, some things that Dallas can build on. But yeah, I just think Boston are just better. Like, it is what it is. But once again, still rooting for Dallas, though. We believe.
Oh, for sure. Shout out Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, because when they were doing their comeback, I was watching and I was looking at the Mavs. I'm like, y'all, we could do the comeback, but some of these shots y'all are taking is just not good. Like some forced shots, you're not getting into your sets. It was actually disgusting, but they were still coming back. And then Jaylen Brown started cooking. Like he kept the Mavericks at bay with his offense because nobody was hitting threes. So he was like creating his own shot, obviously getting to the rim, making 3-pointers. And then that pretty much at that point was GG's, especially when they took out Luka. It was like Luka was the only one creating offense. Everybody else was not doing anything.
Y'all be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and shout out to all of our members as well. Dreamville HQ said, man, JB and KP paint defense was something serious.
The JB rim protection is very real. The JB rim protection, did not see that one coming.
Facts, man. He stopped lobs too. Like JB, he's moving me, man.
He coming for that Finals MVP, man. He
really is
taking Eastern Conference Finals MVP and Finals MVP. Oh, that's tough.
There's gonna be some crazy narratives this summer
for sure.
I can't wait. Alonzo Harris said, "Why the hell Swiper got a Men in Black suit on?
Is he going somewhere?"
Shout out Swiper. I'm telling you, he got a mission right now. He got a side mission. He works for the Secret Service.
Chat, pay attention to Swiper and his Jokic agendas. We seeing him. All that Luka slander in the beginning. We seeing him.
Riddell,
that's why he hates Anthony Edwards. Right, that's why he hates Anthony Edwards now, because the Wolves beat the Nuggets. So now he's just anti-Anthony Edwards.
Disgusting. Like we're watching it because you did. He's very particular. If you watch him and how he talks about Luka, it's very particular. Like how he frames everything. He's going like, oh yeah, the Celtics are doing this, but the Mavs, that defense, it was all on Luka. They were targeting Luka. Luka was bad at defense. Like, what are we doing right now? Ain't no way. What are we doing right now? The secret agenda is very blatant. Chat knows. It's very.
You got to protect. You got to protect his current best player in the world. You got to protect him. Protect him on his throne. He doesn't want Luka coming and taking it.
Hey, man, shout out Swiper. Shout out Jokic. Darren Foss said, "Are the Celtics still soft?" Ticket. Ticket isn't here, but is there anybody up here that believes that the Celtics are soft?
No, they tough.
They wanted that smoke. For sure.
JB double ply tissue paper.
La Flame said, y'all JB over Kyrie. Troll alert. Kristaps Embiid.
That's what I'm saying. We can't be jumping to conclusions. Like
Porzingis has more points in the finals than Joel Embiid does in his career. So do with that information what you will. Just do with that information what you will.
JB for sure not better than Kyrie.
I think it is eye-opening in terms of Porzingis, even though I think he played spectacular, especially in the first half. In the second half, he wasn't making anything. So I'm very curious to see what's going to happen in game 2, because they stopped letting Porzingis, his spot seems to be in that like in between free throw line and that top of the key, that little area. It doesn't matter who's guarding him.
What's eye-opening about Porzingis though? To me, the only concern was his health. Like I just didn't think he's going to be 100%. He's going to be, the conditioning would be off because he had so many months. But a healthy Porzingis, like everyone knows the skill set, who he is.
No, we know he's good. But in terms, what's eye-opening is that they will pick certain situations for Porzingis to be in to not allow his shot to be as dominating as it was. Right? Obviously, he's not. It didn't look like he was posting up guys really. And it seems like when he was at like the wing area in the mid-range, it wasn't as effective a jump shot. So I think they're going to definitely play physical like they've been and push him off that spot he likes to get to. And I think that's going to be huge for the Mavs moving forward, because if we can't, like, if Porzingis is going to be that first half Porzingis all game, I'm not going to lie, no matter how much I believe in Luka, we can't beat the Celtics. So we can't let Porzingis to get in that area all game, because we can't play our usual defense if he dominates from that area.
I'm here for Porzingis Finals MVP, man.
Right, man.
Crazy too.
It's ridiculous.
That will be something.
La Flame said Celtics had the same blocks as Mavs assist, which was 9.
Celtics defense, the truth?
Definitely a clear emphasis on limiting assists and making guys have to drive and make decisions.
Yeah.
And definitely a clear emphasis.
Yeah.
1K David said, ticket cooking. I seen too much Hardy ball lately.
But you want Tim Hardaway Jr.?
Hell no.
Keep Tim Hardaway on the bench. Let's keep Tim Hardaway on the bench.
Hey, you getting one no matter either way it goes. You want Hardy or Hardaway?
Hardy.
Hardy is so much better than Tim Hardaway.
He is. He's a better shooter too. Like, Tim Hardaway be missing wide open threes. Like, I'm telling you, this man is not good, bro. He should not be playing.
But he averaged 14 and a half.
Ticket was doing all right until he brought out 10 Hardaway. I'm like, no, Ticket, you're falling off a cliff. You don't want to die.
Hey, Tim Hardaway might have a Mike Miller moment in the finals where he just comes off the bench.
You know what? I want the Tim Hardaway Jr. come in a 7 threes.
Yeah, he might have a game like
he might have one of those games, actually.
Yeah,
one of those games can be enough. One of those games for him.
True.
Bob Wick said Lively was trying to hurt KP. LOL.
When?
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, Show Out Will said Tim ran off the line.
I think he's talking about, though, there's one wide open shot that Tim Hardaway should have shot, and instead he drove. I'm like, bro, shoot the ball. Like, that's what you're here for. No,
he's here to get buckets. That's what he's here to. Not just shoot wide open, catch and shoot. Get buckets.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tim.
Show Out Will said he played yesterday. He jealous of Luka, they said. Talking about Tim Hardaway.
Yeah, but he got like a few minutes and then I think he played in like garbage time. But like he saw the floor too much.
Facts.
Mully77 said, Dub host Ron. By the way, where's Chill? Does anybody?
Chill
if you're a Dub host, you would have had Chill up here today. But I mean,
Chill on vacation with his little special somebody with the wifey. You know,
where he's at?
Let the man live. He on a beach somewhere, you know, hanging, chilling.
We'll see Chill when that Tatum game happens. When that Tatum game happens,
Tatum will have 40 and Chill will be here. Even if the game happens on like a Friday, he'll be here. Just Saturday panel episode, he'll be here.
Chill on the beach. He's like, no, I gotta go, wifey. I gotta go. Tatum had a big game.
Facts.
I'm gonna talk my issue.
Tatum outplayed Luka. We gotta talk about it. We gotta play. We gotta talk.
We gotta have conversations, man. Go have conversations. I think things are being settled right now.
All right. It seems like James B has some inside information. How he got it, we'll never know. But he said Chill's watching the 04 LeBron highlights while eating a vegan burrito.
Yeah, that's
definitely a vegan burrito. Definitely.
The question is where? Where's Chill at? All right. I mean, we know he has a Tatum jersey on. We know he's watching the 04 highlights, and we know he's eating a vegan burrito. But where's he at?
A beach in Mexico.
Where has the best vegan burritos?
Mexico got fresh veggies.
California, maybe. They be doing that.
California.
Maybe he's in
Miami.
China.
Probably got a bunch of vegan spots too.
LA sounds like a vegan hotspot.
I was vegan for like 6 months. It was a challenge.
Brandon Lee said, "Ticket, you yapping about the 2-game sample size
with Porzingis."
Yeah,
is that what it was? I mean, yeah, Porzingis. I looked because I wanted to. Porzingis had 18 on like 7 for 13 his first game. Then the second game was the game Boston lost. So I remember we went crazy, and Porzingis was 1 for 9 and played horribly. And then the next game he had 18 again, good efficiency, and then he got hurt the next game. So yeah, do with that information what you will. But that game 2 was bad. I remember us talking about game 2. Porzingis was horrible. So I guess that's what we're hanging our hat on.
I need that game too, Porzingis again. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, we might see it. He might just be a bad game 2 performer.
SMNRNDM said, I always say superstars need to carry, but that first quarter role players through. Derrick Jones Jr. and PJ kept forcing bad shots. Hey, role guys, you don't need to throw up a contested layup 6 seconds into the shot clock.
Superstars don't have to carry it. They just have to do what puts their team in the best position to win. So if they start the game and his teammates start the game 4 for 5 from 3, you let them keep cooking, keep creating for your teammates, drawing that attention. Let's say they start off slow. You're down 8-2. Get the ball, get a couple buckets, keep your team in it. So I think a star player's role or the leader of the team's role, if those two are the same thing, if you consider them the same thing, is to just put your position in the team to put your team in the position to win the best way they can.
I definitely think they plan to go to that PJ Washington mismatch a few more times throughout the series when like Drew Holiday or Derek White is guarding him because he's just bigger than them. So I think they plan to go there, especially if Porzingis is going to be playing like, or usually it was Al Horford in, but even like Porzingis or Al Horford are playing against Derrick Jones Jr. opposite side. They probably going to go like, okay, we're going to do this and then try to get some easy buckets. So I'm sure that's going to happen more. But Derrick Jones Jr. going up for layups when Porzingis or 3 people were in the paint, we need none of that. That needs to go away.
They went to PJ a bit more in the second half, if I remember correctly, in like the post, mid post, and all those things. So Jason, they're doing things like both coaches are doing things. So
yeah,
I ran a poll and asked who's going to win game 2. And 57% of you guys said the Celtics will. I got to ask you, fellas, before we get up out of here, who's winning game 2?
Dallas.
I got Dallas, too. I got Dallas winning game 2.
Jalen got Dallas.
You already know Dallas Mavericks about to come out game 2. And in the first quarter, instead of this passive Luka, passive Kyrie, they going at them immediately. They scoring buckets. I'm expecting big buckets from Luka, and I'm expecting Kyrie to lock in. Drew Holiday ain't no Kyrie stopper. Come on. Dallas, game 2 for sure. Come on, lock in.
There you go. The panel has Dallas sweeping in game 2. Joseph said Jaylen Brown, the best Luka defender?
No.
He did a good job. I still
good
think
job,
Lou
yeah.
Dort, I think Lou Dort, when he's allowed to foul 17 times a game, does a pretty good job.
But that was hurt Luka. I'm not gonna lie. Jaylen Brown probably was the best Luka defender for a healthy Luka. Because in game 5 and game 6, when Luka was healthy, he was cooking Dort. Like Dort was getting eaten alive, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
All I know is the worst Luka defender is whoever's on Houston.
Jalen Green?
No,
Dylan Brooks?
Dylan Brooks. Oh my god. Doesn't work. Just doesn't work.
Modest Review said, is Kobe the best offensive player in 09/10 over LeBron? 2009, 2010, Kobe the best player? Offensive player?
I think he was more skilled than LeBron. Better? I don't know, because that's the thing. Like, you could be a more skilled scorer, or a more skilled offensive player. But I think the impact of what LeBron was able to do just off of sheer physical greatness at that time, I would say LeBron was better.
Man,
give me Steve Nash, man. Give me Steve Nash. Yeah, you're cooked. Yeah, I don't have to pick Kobe or LeBron. I pick Steve Nash.
Give me that dog, the Black Mamba. Give me Kobe. Also, his playmaking is underrated. Kobe's
and
good.
But
LeBron's playmaking was better.
Averaged 42 a game against the Rockets this year.
W.
Yeah.
Tito El Bandito said exactly, just like Draymond Green.
Something about Luka.
Okay.
LeVar B. Ballin said fake do-rag Riddell is a fake Mavs fan. He a Luka fan.
I mean, he said he's a Luka fan.
I never claimed Mavs. I claim Luka.
Yeah. Luka's just on the Mavs. So, yeah.
So I'm going to root for the Mavs because Luka's on the Mavs.
It's facts. Yeah, I've been doing that for about 2 decades now with LeBron. We went from the Cavs to Miami, back to the Cavs, Lakers. Where you going next, baby? I got a New Jersey Fire some. Let me know.
Hey, man.
LeVar B. Ballin said, Buddy is Chill's baby mama. Of course he isn't here.
That's crazy.
So Buddy on the beach eating a vegan burrito too?
Hey, that's what you're saying.
What's up, man?
2 vegan burritos for $10.99.
All right, y'all. And last but not least, Mike sent through a super chat, and as fate would have it, he sent it in all caps. He said JT is not better than Brunson. Brown over Tatum.
Cool.
W.
I think JT's better than Brunson. But all right.
It goes Brown, Brunson, Tatum.
Jalen Green. Yeah.
There you go. I forgot one. All right, y'all. Make sure you like the video on the way out. We'll catch you again on Monday. NBA X is coming on later. Be sure to tap in there. And then it's something else going on today.
The best show on the platform right now.
Right now, the best show on the platform.
From the logo's not on today. It's not on today. From the logo's not on. We coming Sunday, baby. We on Sunday.
Hey, we'll catch y'all in a little bit. Y'all be cool. Have a good weekend.
Stay safe, Chad.
Peace.
Yes, sir.